go to something that he can outplay with again, right? That's what we saw in game 1 and 2, and how drastically different those situations were. You know, it felt like
we're watching the CRL thing.
In game number 2, but Ian had
Liam, what up?
There.
HP, what up? Laugh 5 roses.
So I
what up? Thank you.
Or put himself in a situation where it looks like maybe with RG that he can control and you know, give himself a chance instead of just hoping that things go well, like dropping a big pile of rocks on the
There you go.
And monk ability no longer there. Ghost comes out, and then to 0 for Ian for the RG. Maybe anticipating that he's going to get a few shots out of this, but the Ghost will also do some work too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really nice play by Ian. You know, he recognizes the 2 biggest problems that he has to deal with.
Sea Monkey, Tiny Diny.
Are not
yo, what up?
So you can see he gets a ton of damage. Little look into the camera there, and now a pile up at the river here, just trying to steal some more from Mohamed Light, and I really like that
and
play.
Ian got 2nd place in the 2v2 tournament.
So he's going to have to really throw his cycle out of whack if he wants to defend against those 2 elixir goblins, and that's just a great situation again by Ian, where he's creating pressure and giving himself outplayability.
Peekaboo, what up?
Go ahead and get plenty of damage, but a big margin to make up for the 2-time.
Hama, go popular. Thank you so much.
Look at Mo. He's like, what the heck, man? Did you see what I made? Are you stream sniping me? How do you have every answer right now? The other part of this is that spirit.
Rinse with the follow. Dex with the follow. Thank you.
The RG is going to be really annoying for Mo to deal with. She's got such great range.
All right.
There's just not a lot of air targeting DPS here for Mo.
How much of this is left?
Vines to bring it down to the ground.
We'll watch this until it's done.
Has to come out against the goblins.
You can also get banners.
Side, and Magic Archer wants the connection. Gets 1, gets 2.
Wow.
Monk
Not
RG.
enough to disrupt that in a meaningful
I'm going to
way.
copy the Monk RG deck. Do I have anything close?
So
Yeah,
40,
kind of.
90. Anything can still happen in this game. Just a second late on that Golden Knight was no light.
Evo Spirit, Fisherman.
Magic Archer
Monk.
Sitting there in the middle as a target. Just a defensive NATO to reset.
Log.
And doesn't get the Monk reflection there.
No Vine.
Yeah, that's actually a really great NATO by Mo, but not great placement on the E-Wiz. Going to have to use that Evo Snowball as he gives a lot of fireball value there. I would have loved to see the E-Wiz in a different spot, but you kind of understand what he was going for.
And that defensive drill was necessary, but probably not enough here. RG should get 1, and it does. And that's probably going to be enough to lock this thing up for Ian.
Wow, and this is huge for Ian.
Rins, Decory, Gunner, thank you for the follows.
The big thing that we haven't seen is the Evo Mega Knight against the RG. We needed to see that more in this matchup. But now Ian knows he's got the double fireball. Mohamed Light is sent packing here on our last monthly final.
And
Mohamed Light is out.
Finals already has the first seed locked up, but that will be the end of Mohamed's journey today. And that might be sufficient to lock in 2nd place for Ian, who will have a minimum of 80 points today, 230 overall in his 2025 campaign.
Ian knocked out Mohamed Light.
Anybody's still in the mix.
Bruh.
Take that from him. So,
yo, someone on Purple Platform, tell me if we're live.
Our number 2
it's the least you can do.
Ian. And might we see more of that when we are in Atlanta from October 31st to November 2nd?
I'm so impressed by Ian in that set.
Shout out to Onaj, really Parker with the follow. Thank you.
That you would not expect him to run in game number 1. Part of that could just be to not waste the cards that Mo's playing, but to kind of use up one of Mo's decks.
Looking
see
good.
If it matches up well, and then now you have a look into what the next 2 decks might be. And then you talk about game number 2, this mortar deck.
My body.
Really great.
Shout out to Brendan. What up?
You can just create so much offense with it. The Skeleton King
codes. Really it's for their freaking decks. Dang it.
Mortar though, and the double spells plus that barrel.
I'm here for the QR codes, dude.
Trouble.
They're gonna give us a banner and something else.
Being a perfect player,
that's impossible, I think it's 2 banners.
He's just probably about as close to perfect as it gets. People
looking
make
good.
Mistakes, and while he did have good responses for that barrel, it just you mistime one of them, and the skeletons just do so
HEB?
much
No,
damage.
but
And
shout
also
out to
you're playing
HEB. I do
minor
love
rocket
HEB.
controls, so you need to try to defend as cheaply as possible throughout the game. Then you go to game number 3, and we're saying, all right, Ian, you got to give yourself a chance for outplayability. Spirit Empress is kind of a nuisance there, a lot of damage, but the
My audio cut out.
wherewithal and the recognition of the macro matchup, how much Elixir Mo had, and what Mo had in Cycle was what really impressed me throughout that 3rd game. And Ian was just always
it's
on
hot
top
in here.
of it, capitalizing when and wherever he
Shout
could.
out to Ian.
Yeah,
Junior on the roses.
Exactly
what up?
What you want to see from Ian in this situation, and I love seeing that there is no holding back. He's just ready, and now we get into the top 3 and our BO5s from here on out as Ian knocks out Mohamed Light, puts himself into the lower bracket finals. And now we get Pedro versus Sandbox in our upper bracket final, a best of 5. And this one is going to be interesting because remember, Lucas is
the bracket thing is kind of confusing,
has
right?
the first round bye. If Pedro
Junior
wins
with the follow,
any
what
match
up?
at all,
Do I have enough
going
water?
forward from here,
Kinda.
Lucas gets knocked into 5th place, and Pedro will get that first round bye. So I know that Lucas and his team looking at this one very, very carefully as Sandbox and Pedro fight for that grand final position.
Yeah, I mean, so much on the line in this next set. You really want to have that life to give going into the grand final. Obviously,
I don't know
you're
a
gonna
lot
run
of
up
these
against
names.
Either Ian or whoever loses.
Did
this
Riley
next
win?
game or this next
No,
match, which
Riley
is
lost.
Really, really tough competition. So you talk about not being Mo Light, not being able to go through the lower bracket,
bro.
and also winning the bracket reset in the grand final. Whoever is gonna take this.
Thank
match
you
from
guys for
Pedro
all the
and
support
Sandbox,
we
this is
get.
a
Follow the
huge
channel. We stream
advantage
every
because
day.
there's also
Thank you.
confidence there. There's the momentum. Golden ticket on the line. Ian, like we said, in case anyone has missed this, he already has a golden ticket. Pedro or Sandbox will be going to World Finals. Not
Looking
decided
good.
yet, but this is an absolutely massive best of 5, and I'm so excited to see. I mean, literally, you have 2 guys here that have completely opposite play styles. You know, Sandbox is a guy that really does love heavier decks. He still is a very good cycle player, but then on the other side of it with Pedro, you have arguably one of the best cycle players to ever touch a phone or tablet in Clash Royale.
I think Riley would beat Ian.
This is going to be a whole lot of fun.
I mean,
between
Ian
these
made
two,
it
and we saw the
further. I don't know.
confidence from Sandbox earlier on. Now, keep in mind also that the seeding not just for that first
Are we
round
live
bye, is
everywhere?
that
Are we live on
Sandbox
YT
Pedro,
and
but who you
Purple
draw as
platform
your
and
first round
Twitter?
matchup
I can't
is
get
also
anyone
a
to
critical
respond
thing here.
there.
We know that our last chance qualifiers would be the 12th seed. But
Did they do
now
the
these
second
spots
drop yet?
here
I don't think so.
of who
I
you're
know
trying
we're
to
good
draw
on TikTok. We
for
got,
that
you know,
first one in the first match.
200 views.
Very, very interesting.
A
But
million
speaking of
people in
draws,
chat.
Let's maybe draw out another QR code for those people watching.
QR code.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh,
I want
yeah.
more than 113 skeletons. Here
That's
we go.
it.
2-star.
come on.
Good start.
Bruh.
Come on, let's see what I'm going for. Go
Chat,
ahead
you know
and
we
do
want to
mine.
see it again. We wanna see
Scan
what
that
you guys
QR
get.
code, the second one.
What are you guys getting? Let me open up mine. Yes, I will claim my reward now.
I stayed at 2. I got 116 skeleton dragons. Is this a joke? Am I being trolled?
Oh,
What is
it logged
happening
me
right
out of
now?
my iPad.
Hold on, my
though.
first tick
I
got
got
me to 3.
bombers.
I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it, and I'll show it once we're on screen. I've done 2 ticks, and I'm on 3 stars. So once we come back, I'll live. I'll
Oh
live
my
this life
God! So we
with all
don't
of you at
get
home.
that
See
for
how
an
see how
effing
it shakes
hour?
out.
Someone got, looks like 6 Mega Knights, 3 champion wild cards. That is massive.
They're in
That's absolutely
subscriber
massive.
mode only.
That's actually
102,
crazy.
102 snowballs. I feel your pain. Epic book.
That's
Absolutely.
crazy.
I mean, an epic
That
book
can't be
for
right.
watching the broadcast. Not only do you get to see the best Clash Royale players in the world compete, you also get to get an epic
Their
book.
chat is in
Huge,
sub
bro.
mode
Yeah, now you
only.
can max out your baby dragon. Okay, here we go. I have 2 more hits. Here we go.
All right,
So
what do we
there's
got?
one. There's one.
I
Stays at
invented
3.
chest openings, bro. They are ripping me
And
off.
3.
That's gonna stay at 3. What do we got?
Okay.
All right, that's an
I
award.
invented
I'll
the
take it.
high pitch.
I'll take it.
Okay.
It's not
Oh my
3
God.
Mega Knights.
Okay.
Or whatever other people are getting. It's not all the wild
Robbed,
cards.
man.
It's not all the champion
No
wild cards. But you know
way.
what? I'll take it.
And I did the
1,000
first
elite
Clash
wild
Royale
cards.
tournament.
Someone said Book of Books. Now I wonder if they're trolling, but someone said 7 boss bandits. I feel like that's incredibly specific, and that is a really good reward.
Is 7 boss bandits possible? Is that even possible? That's actually crazy. Yeah.
Love
No.
it.
Now
Love
I'm
to see
reading.
this.
I'm
Someone
reading
said they got
the
Royal
scroll now,
Chef,
too.
bro.
People are putting in some good ones.
448 bombers.
Both mine were 2 stars. I blame you, Uncle.
That's a number of bombers.
Yo,
that's
no name on the roses. Thank you.
Had, 5 minutes
You have
ago.
no name.
Yeah,
that's your fault
for sure. Well played.
You missed it. I'll do a video later.
Couple of moments here.
Colin with the follow. Thank you for the follows.
Sandbox, and just again, Sandbox maybe trying to move into the upper side of our seating for the chance to.
You couldn't scan in time because of lag, bro.
Matchup.
Clash Royale, Vinay, Chris with the follows. Thank you.
Jump in to that top 4 and get a first round bye. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll do a video later, maybe while I'm live, that has the codes on it. Favorite player, me and Ian played in the 2v2 tournament, and we got second. But he kind of, like, dragged me afterwards. I know I'm not the best player, you know? And he knew that. But yeah, Ian said that some of my plays made him want to scream.
And Demolisher just working its way up. What's going to come with it? Cannon cart.
He carried the game, I carried the vibes, okay? Everybody's good at different stuff.
And I don't know if Sandbox is going to press the issue here. He decides to.
Yeah, level 12 cannon cart to support. That's actually a lot of single target DPS. And if it can lock on that witch, that's huge.
Oh, and the rage.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the rage was a good job clearing, but yeah, exactly. The
Goblin Giant verse.
Completely.
Maybe Graveyard.
Very nicely done by Pedro.
Today's watch of the day is the Casio F91W.
The Goblin Machine is actually not super
You can't even see the in the glow. It's so bad.
Kill all of her own skellies and just keep her
I got 9 miners. All right,
those
easy.
Minions, if that doesn't do it.
EpiPen, you know?
Good
Jeffrey EpiPen.
Yeah, good connection, good damage.
That was the second lucky drop.
That's a very significant
no
chunk
Rolex.
taken, about a
Rolex
third of the
reveal. Almost said Roblox.
I'm gonna be a little bit less in this situation.
I do want to buy a watch that's like that looks like a Rolex, and it's made by Casio. It's $100.
We saw there for a minute where he's like,
do you purposely make your vids 1 minute for profit?
Do
you go to work on purpose for money?
Overextending gets a great bit of damage there with just some.
I got Book of Books,
plays, which is really what we've come to expect from Pedro.
Dude, why doesn't Sandbox show his face?
Cannon cart sets up in the back.
That's like dodging the webcam.
Someone got 9 Spirit Empresses and it unlocked it for them. That's actually really cool.
It says that their chat is on
9?
sub only.
Yeah.
That's so wild. Cannon cart staying in the back.
There's
here,
35,000 people watching it.
To protect it.
It might be the camera angle. Then fix it.
Scary push. Evo Witch is down once again, though. Obviously, she's very, very good at defending. Goblin Machine is not there to kind of.
The QR code is back. Do you see it down there?
We saw that yesterday where one.
Can I get a follow? No.
But
what up?
Turned the whole entire game around.
Someone spoke in, I think, really Korean.
It was a level 12 Goblin
Because the characters are simple, right? That's Korean.
Their level 11 Goblin Machine didn't quite do the trick.
Evo Witch stays alive here.
All right, so Goblin Giant.
Sudden death, final 2 minutes.
Verse, I'm not sure. Maybe Graveyard.
Small amount of damage done in this game. So
that's Japanese.
Oh, it is the lead.
You can tell it's Japanese because the characters are kind of simplistic. And that's not an insult. No Name with the Dolphin, Toxic with a heart, me, Richie with some donos, thank you. 100 cent the Bat Boy Tater.
Guys just really kind of holding for pause to see where their opponent's going to
Sea Monkey, #1 biggest donator with his tiny diny.
Able to get on the Evo Witch is something that I'm sure Pedro saw that interaction happen yesterday. And he goes, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure she stays alive.
Can you make it smaller? The gameplay
and it's so
or
chaotic
what?
in some of these exchanges right now. When you think about all the spawns that are happening around all these troops, and you're trying to keep track of the critical stuff inside the muck, inside
McDonald's,
the scrum.
Bad for you.
Fire Spirit plus Snowball, really nice to clean up the minions. Late Goblin HUD, and gosh, man, I mean, this is why Pedro is just so good. And that's a big counter push on the right-hand side. You got to spend on that.
Just ran by.
Mines comes down.
Bigger gameplay? I don't know, guys. Like.
Instead of Pedro, I like that he doesn't go hyper-aggressive there. Good, potentially good push here on the left, though.
Y'all like that? Better or worse? Tell me, better or worse?
A lot of damage, though. Final 30 seconds. This push is it. Do or die. for Sandbox. How much
is those minions?
And the cannon cart that's off its track, still down behind. This Goblin Giant gets rolled back.
McDonald's is
trying
bad.
to do something.
And you realize what was not played this game, Rich?
Graveyard.
Graveyard.
Just beautiful, beautiful control by Pedro. I mean, that is, we love to see someone win without using their win condition because they just recognize the macro matchup. They recognize if I have any sort of damage lead and can defend, which we know Pedro can do.
All right, we'll go back to the old way.
I lose this game. You know what could cost me this game is maybe giving a ton of goblins to
while
a
they're
goblin
talking
first or something like that because you're going in for graveyard.
I'll show the
Or
QR
just
next
really
time.
More so than anything is overspending on the graveyard.
Phone Cats
Doesn't really
collab.
get a lot of
$1
damage
million
on the board,
for a
and then
collab.
you get an insane counterplay.
Did everybody
Instead,
see the
Pedro
spiky
just
balls
does
I bought?
Perfect witch placement throughout. Great fire spirit placement plus snowball
Magnetic
combos for
spiky
minions
balls.
here and there. Vines are always there to save just in
You
case.
squeeze them.
Never ever overextending, and just such clean gameplay from the Brazilian.
I don't really get it.
Yeah, I mean, clean is one of the two words, but
Kid's
you've heard me say a
birthday?
few
No,
times
I'm
today,
good.
mature gameplay, and I think that
Can we
we've seen a
collab
lot of
1 million?
moments
Is that
here
troll? No,
where
that's business.
The experience of knowing, not getting horse
DFK money owns you?
of
I
knowing
shout them
what
out
you
a
already
lot.
have
They
secured
like
and
me.
locked down, and just playing comfortably, right? The decision
Ping
making
pong
ability
ball,
being
yeah, it's in the
clear
corner
and
now.
being simple. And we've seen Pedro do that very, very well today.
That was so hard to make.
Now he's not going to. Now he goes in.
Oh,
with
is my
this
dude?
one
I don't
game
see
to
Twitch
win
chat. Something
and
is
get himself
broken
into
then.
that first round buy spot. So this is potentially the big one, folks, on the day.
Live
this might
isn't
be the
up.
most impactful towards our world finals.
It says I'm
that
streaming.
we have about anything. Does Lucas hold on to that spot a little bit longer, or does Pedro?
I can't see purple
right here
chat.
in
Something
game
is
two, or if we
wrong.
Get there, game 3.
Yeah, and you know, this obviously is not the golden ticket match, but it kind of feels like it in the sense of the loser has to go
Okay,
play
I
against
fixed something
Ian,
on
who's
purple.
really
Now I can
hot
see
right
y'all.
now. I mean, Ian, that Ian's so hot right now, right? I mean, he just took out Mo. He gets to play with all the confidence in the
Purple
world. He's already
platform,
locked
what's
down basically
good?
a first round
Yeah,
bye.
now I
He's
see
already
you
got his golden
guys.
ticket.
I had to
And
change
like I said,
something.
he's just coming off of a great set.
But I
so
can't see
whoever gets
YouTube
sent down is
or
obviously
Twitter,
coming
but
off of
barely
a
anyone
losing
types
set.
there.
So, you know, while anything can still happen, it just feels like there's a lot more riding on this than maybe
That's so
actually
weird.
is on paper. And the other part of losing against a guy like that in that moment, and actually when I look
Thank you
here,
for the
Pedro
fix.
was running drill, which I mean, kind of makes sense, I guess, because you know we don't really see Skeleton King with Graveyard that much.
Game on.
And
Let's go
while
game
Snowball
mode.
and Fire Spirit can be with Graveyard, we didn't really see the poison, so it does make sense actually more so that it was. I mean, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, this doesn't really look like a Graveyard deck to start, but as the game went on, it felt like it should be or could be, but ends up being drill, and even then, Pedro still doesn't play it at all, which is very
Chill.
impressive. Almost a little bit surprising.
Tommy with the
because it's a
follow.
lot
What up?
cheaper,
Hope everybody has a
but,
good
I guess
Sunday.
he
We're
just was
watching
like,
the
I have
tournament.
damage lead, and that's something that someone who is known for minor control would probably recognize.
Do I
early
charge
on.
for
I have
collabs?
the
Yeah,
lead.
it's $1 million
I just
for a
need to defend.
collab. I don't really do collabs, you know? I play in tournaments, that's about it. But shout out to Money, good luck. I've been rooting for you for like years. Man, I've been seeing Dark Prince a lot. I guess it's good because it stops Prince. The charge.
And kind of a slow start.
These
here
are the
for Mo.
best players in the world.
Going back to that minor control deck, and you know, it's just so wild to me how popular it has been here today. High Tesla here to snipe the furnace. And good protection there with Pedro from the Valkyrie. I mean, this is a fully actualized Pedro right now who is just completely locked and dialed in. So many perfect interactions in this set.
I want to be completely locked and dialed in. Oh, I dropped my spiky ball.
Graveyard comes in now for Pedro.
Graveyard
value
poison.
here on top of the Dark Prince and on top of those guards, pretty much negating the counter push. Should be able to stop this with, well, now that we see a miner come in, gonna have to take a little bit more than just the Ice Spirit.
Someone's microphone's loud. Yo, 50 roses from No Name. Thank you. And a heart me.
Looking
Mario
for
Kart,
the
10
goblins
roses.
there.
Thank
Was
you.
that
We're watching
wrong,
the
but instead
tournament.
Evo Valkyrie comes down to do a little bit of double work there on top of the Dark Prince and the miner.
Sets up the furnace to pick up here and continue this pressure on the right-hand side. The high cage. And we'll see if the brawler can get involved, but not going to cross the bridge.
Kind of a weird graveyard, but these are pros.
I'm so curious about when you run someone's known deck against them. Not one trick, but you know, it's like when we see people run bait against Riley. We saw that at World Finals. We saw it again yesterday.
Wow.
It's just like you don't really want to run bait against one of the best bait players in history. On the other side of it, when you're running minor control against one of the best minor control players in history, you wonder if that's where you want to be. As Pedro takes a nice
What American spot do you like?
And we once again saw the Rocket not doing the work.
I don't know.
Against the defenses.
Great Ice Spirit plus Goblins to catch, mitigate 100% of the damage there, and Pedro knows I can overspend defensively because we're going in the same lane, right? I can overspend, then get a good counter push. If I don't give you too much rocket value and I defend with Ice Spirit plus Goblins, I'll be in a good spot.
Yeah, Sandbox totally locked in. This time, the Rocket will get the little extra value.
Rocket and Goblins. Ziad with the follow. Aaron with the follow. Thank you.
Have to come down no matter what. So
send roses, but I'm broke. Yeah, it's not for you. Thank you, bro.
Something like a Furnace or Valkyrie.
Mario Kart, 17 roses. Yael, 105 roses. Thank you.
Dark Prince or with the delivery.
King of the Roses.
So, you know, this is Pedro playing.
Aaron Dean going to Rose Town. Thank you, bro.
And you're also seeing Minor Rocket here without the ability to 3-card cycle for the quick spell damage at the end.
Wow.
So he's going to have to do this au natural.
And now just going into straight rocket race, this is just not going to work. 45 seconds left. Now you can just get relentless graveyards in. That rocket being used down below means you're not going to use it on top of the Evo Furnace, which is always going to pull more attention out of you and deal with the tank you have on the ground, which is why Pedro is supporting it so much. And that's game.
And there you have it, folks. Pedro will move into our grand final, locked into, at minimum, 205 points, which means
I thought they were going to say $1,000.
Secured his spot in the top 4 and a first-round
thank you for the follow.
World Finals.
Aaron Dean, 139 roses. King of the Roses. That'll be there all day. Thank you, Aaron.
Silver ticket, and here's where he wants to be, right? I mean, this is where anyone wants to be. Upper bracket, grand final. I mean, that's kind of redundant. In the grand final, but you came from the upper bracket. You have a life to give. Molite is out of the tournament. If Ian wins in the lower bracket, you're already secured that golden ticket. So you're only going up against one other person in this moment who you just sent down to the lower bracket. So the worst case scenario for Pedro is that Sandbox wins and then comes back to the upper bracket and then has to beat him in back-to-back best of 5s. So just absolutely insane stuff. This is
Let me pause you, Andrew. I made a mistake. I called. I'm so used to it being BO3s. Just on rhythm.
Bro, Yael took the roses back. 186 roses. Thank you.
You're still alive for the moment.
This is easy to take if anybody wants to put their name there, you know?
With that situation. So we'll
anything bigger than a 10-coin dono gets your name there.
And we'll see how this
y'all are fighting over this one, and it's getting expensive. But thank you, everybody.
Pretty much untouchable in these first 2.
I'm not even playing the game. This is great.
This is that moment where you
$4. Thank you, man.
You've seen how hyped
Graham with the rainbow donut
to keep that momentum going.
He's famous.
But now it's
thank you, Graham. And look how big the donut is.
Which is a lot harder.
Excellent choice,
especially against a guy like Pedro right now, who again these have been 2 pretty frustrating losses. You talk about game number 1 and game number 2, just completely being under the thumb of your opponent. Pedro just completely in control in both of those games, and you can even see in that game.
Square, what up? Diamond, what up?
All right, rocket, whatever. Let's just get it over with and get on to game number 3.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest one is being fully locked out in both, right? Like getting down early and then having no methodology for battling back. And I think that's maybe the biggest mental toll, right? Is 2 games in a row where you feel like you're playing tennis against a wall, right? You're never going to be able to beat the wall. The wall wins eventually, no matter what you do.
Jackson, so Spardo, what up?
What does he do from here? And also 2 very different
Killer.
Right?
Whoa. Yael with the hat and mustache dono. Thank you.
So
Killer
like, hey,
Cam somehow took it with a game controller. Is a hat and mustache 99?
This one is one where
And Killicam took it with 100. Bro, that's messed up.
What, like getting the win and not getting the
Thank
win.
you, Yael.
You
still got that one.
Here for Sandbox.
You're doing great. For a moment, you had both.
Honestly, if I'm Pedro right now, I probably go to minor control against maybe something like Royal Giant, or even like we saw that mortar deck work all right with the lightning and the arrows. Something that just has the ability to be
chill day, man. What a nice Sunday. I don't even have to play. God, I could just host tournaments and cast them. Yael with the feather tiara. It showed up on my head. 149 coins. He's got both of them.
And Sandbox is a guy that likes to play heavy and probably feeling the pressure right now. And also, again, you think about how clean Pedro has played in games 1 and 2. I just love to see him go straight up minor control in this game and just see if he can just take this best of 3 right away. And, that's the other part of
They should add gambling sites for this event. Camden,
game number 1.
We don't need that.
Skeleton King and the Fire Spirit makes you think that it's not going to be graveyard, but also in best of 5s, that's when you start to see really wacky
good emotes.
Decks, and that's where you start to see different
Mo lost so bad, yeah. Shout out to Muhammad Light,
see in a best of 3. So there's a lot of things that come into this conversation.
Graham said time to make
that for Pedro. I would just love to see some control here. Like you said, he was a wall in games 1 and 2. Why not just continue to be that wall?
Yeah, he won with minor control against Muhammad Light.
Graham ripping a Galaxy. We'll give him an OG chairlift. It kind of hurt my arm. Yo, thank you, Graham.
And Sandbox.
Graham's a real one. True OG. Tyler with the follow. What up? Why is bro low-key built? I've been lifting for like, I don't know, 8 years, man.
It's nice to chill sometimes.
Sometimes I get really bulky, and then sometimes I get skinny again.
Needs to happen. Obviously, a small thing. Could be that hog deck we saw.
Okay, focus in. Here we go.
And Wizard.
Yeah, certainly feels like it. Oh, maybe RG instead.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
Dang it. I'm zooming in for y'all. You can still see some webcam.
And Sandbox's deck is a little interesting here. This is, again, the part of...
Evan, subbing to the channel. Auto-renew subscription. Thank you, bro. Evan, first sub of the day. Every sub, I will turn my hat backwards for 1 minute.
Pedro just sitting back.
Thank you.
Kind of chilling on his win condition.
And grab spiky balls. W. Evan. Like to stay bulky or stay lean? I bounce back and forth.
So maybe a similar story here from Sandbox.
Evil Wizard! Evan's got the freaking Apple profile pic and sub to the channel. Now I love apples and the Apple profile pic.
That again just shows kind of how dialed Pedro is.
Freaking AI fruits.
Cards. He looks at the Fisherman is most likely in
Thank
this
you,
deck,
bro.
Protects the monk for just a moment longer.
Yeah, Sandbox Cam.
It's going to be RG. I mean, if I can call that Sandbox is probably going to play RG.
New Apple just dropped.
Pedro thought that he was going to run RG. And nice vines, though, to allow a few shots in here from Sandbox. But he's going to have to deal with a pretty large counter push.
Another monk deck. I got to copy it. I'm stealing decks.
Lane away from the monk on this one.
I don't hate that. He's going to be able to use this monk ability on the right-hand side. Those guards are going to create a lot of pressure, and now that RG just kind of has to... I mean, skeletons. I mean, that's a really great use of skeletons. Pedro probably looks at that and goes, all right, I need to save
Baby Dragon.
And sped up on the RG. Monk trying to get knocked back, but set in the reflect zone. And able to do it.
Yeah, great use.
Yael with the vibing, vibrant stage.
Perfectly with the RG, not allowing those shots.
Number 1 gifter,
Sandbox
bro.
running RG when we're thinking he's going to run RG, and it's really working out with an 800 damage lead.
Oh, my body. And my chair got stuck on my headphones.
Double elixir.
Yo, am I saying that right? Yael?
Onto his strong side.
Thank you, dog. 1,400 coins. There's entire days where we don't get that many donations, bro. So that's so tight. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. At this point, we stream for fun, but it's so much fun getting crazy donos like that. What up?
Giant gets 2, maybe 3 here.
All right, I'm ripping this deck. I'm copying it.
Wow. Yeah.
E-Wiz and Vines.
Spell, but I think arrows plus Vines just does it. We saw Sandbox miscalculate spell damage yesterday, and it cost him the game. I'd hate to see that happen once again.
Bruh, called out.
He's probably doing the math right now. There he goes, gets the Vines. Arrows will finish it off. Yep. And that's what I was talking about. That's the kind of win that Sandbox really needed here. Not just to squeak by, not just to like get it done, but he needed a win where he
it's not easy money,
you know. Asserted dominance.
I've been doing this for like 15 years.
I think that's what we
before
saw
Clash
there,
Royale.
and that gives some really nice momentum for Sandbox going into Game 4.
If I'm Sandbox's coach, I'm making sure that he goes and does his homework on all the spell value combinations.
Show the code on. I try to show QR codes. I'm going to do a video later that gives you all the QR codes that I can find.
CRL monthly finals. If you're in the World Finals conversation, yesterday it was a lightning plus I think arrows. I can't remember.
Let me squeeze in a pee break while they're chilling.
The game locked
Callum, thank you for the heartbeat. What up, everybody? Enjoy the stream. Chill day today.
Too late, and he loses the tower in the final seconds.
Yeah,
kind of same situation here, right? He's got enough HP to give that he's not going to lose that tower instantly. If you just go, I mean, maybe it's a cycle thing, but I really am just like, you got to go vines, you got to go arrows, you got to just end this as soon as possible. Pedro knows that the HP is there. He knows that the damage is in, so he's just going to sell out left-hand lane. You don't want to get caught in that same trap he got caught in yesterday. Very happy it didn't happen to him again, but I would love to see just a little bit more confidence in his spell value combinations.
Well, I mean, that's one of the things that, you know, you talk about how many spells there are now. Back in Season 1 of CRL 2018, there were a lot of players who had all the 2 and 3 pair cycles for their major decks memorized, right? They knew exactly how much damage Log Fireball Log did, right? Or 2 Fireball. They had all those things memorized so that they could know. But then also the number of combinations and the way they came together was so much. There were fewer spells and fewer combos that made sense at all. So it was easy to get those. Hey,
Yael
like
scared away Graham. We're very thankful for all support.
Especially, and also they had much more limited deck pools. So you go, okay, so when I'm running Fireball Log, I need to know these.
Are the star levels real, Unk? I thought they were, but people are saying it's sus now.
Simple.
They said the Ice Spirit one
now
looks
when you
like
have so many spells, it's almost like you need to start creating significant cheat sheets. And that, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
QR codes yet? I'm fiending.
That also as a thing they're thinking about before they go into matches on when we're at World Finals. Going, okay, yeah. What does 2 vines and an arrows do? What does 2 arrows and a vines do before I go out there?
And it's also really tough when you start talking about the balance team and how much work that they're doing to change cards and change tower damage from spells and how quickly that happens or how regularly
sub to the channel. I'll put my hat on backwards.
The introduction of new spells in the game, right? Vines has only been in the game.
You
for
bench
a few
405?
So
no.
Also being able to throw that.
Even benching 225 is scary.
But that's why I'm saying if you're top 1% in the world, it's just something you've got to do. And like it's, you know, doing that quick math on the fly.
What's
while
the most
you're trying to defend,
spirit?
Sit
the
there
Holy
and, like,
Spirit.
Hold your finger on the screen. It's like, okay, it does 287.
All right, zoom in mode.
113 and okay, 287 plus 113. Okay, that's like 400, right? And then all of a sudden you're just a second late. So just having them memorized, as we've seen players do, and as most players have memorized in the world, it's just really, really important.
All right, game number 4, advantage still to Pedro.
Good luck.
And this is a hard one, right? I know that Lucas watching at home wants the best for his buddy, but they're both going to Worlds, so he just wants that first spot.
What do we got? What do we got?
Prince is already
maximum on purple. Let's go.
Enough. The idea of a level 12 Prince just kind of sends me.
Yeah, and you know, these single target DPS cards that have been showing up more and more just because of, you know, how heavily beat down favor the meta is like why we're seeing mini P.E.K.K.A.s and why we're starting to see Princes when mini P.E.K.K.A.s are out of cycle. Obviously, not out of cycle yet here for Pedro.
Oh,
it's just interesting to see those cards that not super popular in previous metas to kind of work their way into it because of the evolution of this meta.
I think Pedro might be a little frustrated there. Thought that Baby Dragon would save the E-Wiz, but the Zappy stayed on it.
Wow. I had no idea Prince counters Ram Rider fully.
Nice interaction there with the Prince, and Goblin Cage going to pull this in. Sped up charges, though. Not easy for the Goblin Cage to grab. It's just something to note. You have the Baby Dragon Evo there.
It grabbed it.
Taking our way into double Elixir.
Oh, maybe the Baby Dragon.
We'll see if Sandbox
screen layout's weird. Yeah, this is the best we got, you know.
Going a little bit more as we get that Elixir flowing.
Yeah, it's interesting. The recruits are going to be good against the Prince, but everything else that Pedro has does splash damage for the most part. You got the 2 targets from the Ewiz, obviously the Bomber, the Goblin Machine Rocket, and the Baby Dragon. So recruits kind of get taken off the board a bit more quickly than if someone had just a few more single target DPS.
So split push with Ram Rider versus what even is bottom, dude?
And there's that level 12 machine.
What is bottom dude's win con?
I was going to say, it feels like Pedro might just go in here, and he does.
And Goblin Giant, yeah, wow. Sneaks right on through.
And then you get the curse in there. Not quite as effective as it used to be, as you guys can see, but still some damage done. But small counter push here for Sandbox.
Yeah, that was really interesting because we've seen the Zappies do such an effective job of defending, especially against
Do I want to mess with stuff?
things like this Goblin Giant today, but especially when you're in a situation where your opponent has no big spell to clear them. That time, though, able to break through and get really good damage.
And I really like that push that we just saw from Sandbox. He knows that the E-Wiz on top of the Ram Rider is going to be the most favorable interaction if the Prince is especially not in cycle. So he goes Skeleton Dragons right behind to pull
It's going to be really annoying to fix.
Opponent. So you see there, Skeleton Dragons with the Ram Rider pulls out the E-Wiz and the Baby Dragon, and then we see even the Bomber at the very end to soak up that Skelly Dragon shot. So nice adjustment there.
Goblin Giant, y'all were right.
And keeping those Zappies in the mix with the Golden Knight tanking.
Vihan, George, thank you for the follow. Sebastian, what up?
The Ram Rider comes in behind all of it.
Yeah, and that's going to be really tough here. We're going to have a very, very late E-Wiz. There it is. But
so many Zappies.
6 Zappies on the board. And you love when players recognize you have no big spell. These Zappies are a nuisance.
Oh, my.
Look at that.
Oh, my.
Have you ever seen that many Zappies in a CRL match, my man? That was amazing. And look at that. We're evened up. This is what Sandbox has to do if he wants to be top in the world. And now you see Sandbox hyped, and Pedro is the one that's looking a bit bent out of shape, looking a bit burnt out right now.
That felt like, one of those videos where people try to get like 5,000 pumps on the board and then just make all the things like, hey, how many battle healers can we get on the board at once? It felt like that for Zappies, and you're absolutely right. We were talking about earlier
Zappies
on.
Royale.
The Zappies are a menace when you can't clear them off the board with a big spell, and I think that Sandbox recognized when he gave up that first Goblin Giant attack.
Zappy army.
Let me just get these things working a little bit more correctly. And double down with the Golden Knight in front, and then next thing you know, just an absolute flood coming down the right-hand side, and pumped up is Sandbox, and now here we get Game 5. Winner goes on to the grand final.
Good luck.
I love it. I mean, honestly, you look at the way that Sandbox...
Jason, send the Galaxy, at least. Okay, thank you so much.
The most impressive thing for me is his correction as the game goes on, and the evolution of those pushes. You talk about that...
Is Riley out of the finals?
After recognizing how Pedro was preferring to defend, and all of a sudden he's overspending. You got to get the Baby Dragon out, then you get the E-Wiz out, then you get the Bomber out. The sequence in the cycle is kind of thrown off, and then, oh yeah, you don't have a big spell. I was actually just going to say one of my favorite things to do when you know your opponent doesn't have a big spell.
What up? We're doing CRL day or whatever this is called. Chill day. We've already gotten really good donos on TikTok. Thank you, everybody. Really crazy.
Splitting things up. And Sandbox
number one donator is Yael.
Never seen that
on both things
on the board in a CRL match. It feels like, and it was just such great. I got to work with what I got.
Yeah, worked with what he had indeed. So
what up, everybody? Thank y'all for watching.
For game number 5, and this is where your
he might qualify with points, huh? I don't get that.
Or earns their money. Is you're looking at, hey, now your opponent and we both sides have 32 cards unavailable. And we start looking at spell situations. That's where I think it gets really interesting.
Oh,
so
they're doing this weird crap.
Has used Rage, Barb Barrel, Curse, Log, Rocket, Delivery, and now Arrows and Vines. So does still have the big direct damage spells available. So I'm expecting to see Poison.
Evo
Fireball.
Pigs looks
also,
real.
Still on the table for him. So very curious.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Dagger Duchess. Not seeing a lot of Dagger Duchess at the competitive level. I mean, it's one of the things with that tower specifically is, when the arrows are out, or excuse me, when the
tournament
daggers
is
are
weird.
out, it allows your opponent just basically a free pass to turn the pressure up. And Pedro goes, I just lost to Zappies. It's not going to happen again. I'm going to play him.
What does Game Saver think he's in a face here, and it's the mortar to the right-hand side.
Dang!
So bridge spam for Sandbox into a bowler mortar Zappies deck.
Wow, and this is a lot actually on the left-hand side. Luckily that bandit doesn't dash on top of the bowler, so going to be able to play some nice cleanup here.
Strike!
Just try to get that bowler out of the way.
I mean, this is why we love best of fives. What an interesting deck here.
Why is she talking? She's dead.
But now, is what you're talking about. The Ice was going to get a little bit extra because that tower is empty.
Good spirit. Man, I hate when they have that.
And a good
Great
opening
spirit.
chunk of damage.
Yeah, still damage in, and also starts with about 250-ish less HP. Just under 300, really.
More up. Good zappies.
So Zappy's bowler going to trying to find a way through for that battle ram. A little bit challenging. We'll see what Sandbox's final card is. Had a lot of damage dealing big spells available. You kind of assume that's the way he's going.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the matchup conversation here, this is definitely a tough one. The ability to pull the daggers out of the tower, then keep up with a lot of small bait cards. You have so many ways to control the battle ram on the other side of the board. You also have
Someone
the
been watching a
tankability
million
and
years.
stealiness
Thank
to
you. What
kinda
up?
deal with that boss bandit.
We're huge on
Of
TikTok
course,
now.
like I just
TikTok's
said,
our main
the
platform.
Zappies are a
But
great
watch
way to
wherever you
deal with
want.
that.
Evo
Nice
Snowball,
Evo
though,
Snowball.
opens up. Yeah, a nice little spot here. And Berserker
The fuck?
gets on tower and makes this much more even, 2043 to 1875.
That's when I was born.
Yeah, I mean, Sandbox is just playing so well right now.
Dang. Unc, why aren't you in the tournament? I'm letting
Always
these
hurts to have
goofy
to
ass
use the
kids
Evo
play.
motor on defense, but sometimes
I
you
could
just
win
have to
it,
do
but
and
I've won enough
usually
in my
when
life.
you find that you have to do it and you're stubborn about it is when you can get punished. So I like that that's just what Pedro goes for.
Exy hit tower.
And look at this, though. That Dagger Duchess not helping that
Hosts don't even
battle
notice.
ram get away.
Yeah, that boss man should go backwards. Oh no, it does still go to the goblins and then turns around.
Oh,
Jeez.
these arrows.
Yeah. I mean, this is exactly the trouble we're talking about. Sandbox has no elixir in the tank, no tower to help out. He's using this battle ram, and that just feels like
Good
a
Exy.
Exy, though. Maybe the great
Wow.
equalizer here.
Wow.
That looked
So
ugly.
much damage given up, and we just see
Nathaniel,
the
what
lightning.
up? Thank you for the follow.
So much damage given up, though. That Evo Exy extending the life of Sandbox, but will it be enough?
Yeah, just keeping up the pressure. It is Pedro
Jeez.
trying to just get as much pile up as he can while that Evo Exy is not in cycle.
Oh.
E-Spirit at first, then the Exy, but still some damage should come in. Yeah, there you go. Skelly's on tower, and the dash.
That one
Yeah, I mean,
Skelly,
that was-
bro.
That was an extender of life, but on life support is Sandbox in this one.
And just a couple arrows away is Pedro, who, if I know him, he's going to just defend, and just get those arrows in.
Yeah, I mean, Bowler, what a call here.
Yeah,
Right?
great
Looking,
call.
I mean, absolute shutdown card in this matchup.
I think Riley's already kicked
Yeah, I mean,
out.
both of them had a really great idea.
Ian
in dealing with
77 is
pile
doing
ups.
very
With the
good.
bowler and with the execution.
And
Like,
me
just
and
that
Ian
Dagger
got
Duchess,
second
I
in
don't
the
love
Jinxie
call on the
2v2
Dagger
tournament.
Duchess. I feel like that was one of the reasons why Sandbox was never able to recover. If you're in an elixir deficit and you have a lot on the board to deal with, it's so hard to come back. Whereas, like, that's part of why people use the Dagger Duchess, is that she can do that. But as the game goes on and your opponent recognizes it and turns up the pressure, it's just really, really hard to recover elixir-wise. And you saw that over and over again, where Pedro was just like, I'm going to keep the pressure up. I'm going to keep those daggers low, so you have to keep dropping.
Good job to
big units
Pedro.
To, mainly the execution.
I just joined the stream. You're immediately dragging
and
it.
just felt
Someone
like a really hamstrung
asked.
Sandbox's
You don't see
offense
all
as
the
game went on.
chat.
Yeah, that was
How dare you?
absolutely brutal for Sandbox. And now I can get it right.
Now I
Pedro
can't
with
talk
that
about it
and
because
enough
people are going to
points.
say, like,
Again, these are
"Ooh."
unofficial. I'm doing this on my own on my computer in front of me, but I believe I have this correct. Pedro should
job, Pedro.
leapfrog Lucas into the top 4, and now we have our top 4 players earning first-round buys. Mohamed Light, Ian, Sub, and Pedro all going to get that first-round buy.
Yeah, and really, really well done there by Pedro. Great set for him. He's able to stay in it. We had a bit of an early call.
First
there
round
from us
bye,
getting a
Clash
little
Royale went
overzealous.
woke.
Yeah,
I ain't
we've done
watching
best
this
of
crap,
threes
brother.
For a couple of years, and before that, it was just
Excited for Minion Prince?
We've done
It's
different
from
things
Clash
for a
of
very long
Clans,
time.
so
I
it'd
do
be
love
easy.
that best of fives are now in the mix, but you know, Pedro able to hold on, keep that best of five, keep in that upper bracket, and now Sandbox gets put in that very, very tough spot. Now I have to go into the lower bracket to play another best of five right after losing against a guy who is feeling really good about himself and has very little pressure on his shoulders. And yeah, I mean, this is,
You can
again,
copy
you
the
see
decks
decks,
if you
game
want.
number one, you know, the drills
QR
never
code's
played.
in an
Pedro just
ugly
completely
spot.
locks everything down. Same with game number two.
The UI could be way
going up
better.
Against your bread and butter and minor control.
How many
you know,
monks
have
are there?
punish for
I
it,
only
and
see
then
monk in the
Sandbox goes
RG.
exactly where we thought he was going to go in game number three. We think he's going to go RG. He runs into RG, definitely outplays Pedro.
But they're
there.
doing you play a
Game
card
number
one
four,
time
same
and then you
thing.
can't
He kind
play
of
it again.
Recognizes
Man, I could be building decks while
holes
we're
in the
watching
armor
this.
that Pedro has, and he
I use
starts off
Royale
with
API
kind
to
of
look at
adding
stuff,
more
look at
to
cards.
his Ram Rider support.
We
and
are
then
going to get
the
free
Zappies
emo,
pile up,
free
which was really
banners.
fun to
No
see. Takes game
emotes, I
number
don't
four.
think.
And then we get back into what we love about best of fives, which is just really unique looking decks, really unique combinations. The Bowler, though, Bowler MVP here, maybe Zappy's MVP of this series.
Yeah, and that's
So this whole thing is sponsored by Royale API, or is it the other one?
Powerful as a pick for Pedro. So really well done on that one. And Sandbox, you know, it's interesting after
Decks
running
get choppy
Bridge
after
Spam,
3
Sandbox
games.
opts
Yeah,
to go
after
to
4,
another
it's like
Bridge Spam variant. And I'm wondering what else the Bowler was this just an absolute like pick on trying to shut down the battle ram, or was this Bowler meant to cover more going on, right? Yeah. If you look, I believe Dark Prince was still available, so maybe not a drill cover here. I don't think the drill really made sense as a. I guess you had Evil Snowball still there as well. So just the Bowler, brilliant pick. Gets the game 5
Brilliant pick.
Gets the first round bye at Worlds, and gets
Shout out to the
Pedro
casters
into the grand final.
These guys have been
for
doing this forever, man.
Stats Royale Golden Edition.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really interesting as we, you know, and then there were 3. We look, Sandbox has to go down and face Ian in another best of 5, and then whoever wins that will go up to the upper bracket grand final to face off against Pedro in a best of 5. If the person from the lower bracket wins, we'll get an upper bracket reset. But also, if Ian does take this best of 5, Pedro will automatically take that final golden ticket from our monthly finals.
Wow. I
That
found
being
a
said,
monk
there is still an
goblin
LCQ
barrel deck.
next week. The Bowler, I feel like, is such a great pick because it covers so many bases. You know, not only does it kind of play a building in the sense of, you know, you get that stop and stun for charging units, so you can use your mortar a little bit more offensively if you find that's the situation that you have to be in. Covers drill like you're talking about. Covers Royal Hogs in a really
I'm
strong
adding new
way.
decks,
So
bro.
there's just I mean, it's not the perfect counter for Royal
Eating
Hogs. But
lamb
it is a
and
good one
rice? Bro's
still.
got lamb and
So
rice
I really
money.
like
Hello.
that pick by Pedro. You know, he found himself looking at, you know, what do I need to do? You know, if there's bait, I have bait covered.
I'm
as
eating
well with
spam
the
and
arrows,
lice.
plus the Golden Knight, plus the Bowler, right?
I just
If you
made
get a
that
good
up.
place Bowler in the back of the tower, that can help with barrels. Golden Knight Charge can help with double barrels, along with the arrows. Goblin King can even help really well with
Zelda
barrels. So I
Shield
just really
was
like this deck
thousands
pick,
of
you know, and
dollars.
also the
It's
Ice
real
Wizard, you know,
metal.
talk about running
It can
into
block bullets.
that evolution barrel. The Ice Wizard can come down.
It's like
and deal
Captain
with
America.
Those, you know, those extra or those fake goblins. So interesting deck pick. I also really dislike running into Bowler, and you can see why.
I'm
right
finding
there. Just
good
really,
decks
really
right now.
effective there for Pedro. And now we're giving Sandbox just a minute to kind of reset before he hops into another best of 5. Definitely the toughest spot to be in a tournament is the loser of the first upper bracket semifinal, right? You have to go one best of 5 to another best of 5 back to back.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's always very tough. And I'm actually, Pedro's working with Jose VTS, and instead of sent Jose a message,
Game
being, hey,
on.
what else were you trying to cover? What was your thought process there? So maybe we'll get some insight. But right now we go into Ian and Sandbox. And before as we jump into this one, I just want to float here one more interesting wrinkle. If Pedro, Lucas, and Sub, who have all qualified for World Finals,
cheer
also
for
have
Ian.
silver tickets. So whoever has to figure out where those silver tickets go, I mean, good luck. I don't envy whoever has to sort all that mess.
Yeah, lucky for us, we just get to talk about it like we thought of it.
Good Skelly King.
Drill running into Skeleton King, one of the best counters for Drill in the game against a Drill himself, which I learned from my mistakes last time. Chat.
That's Ian's leg, guys. That's his leg.
I know it's not.
Someone said he's gooning.
Obviously, the Evo Snowball kind of gave that away with the Goblin Hut.
You know, I've never actually looked up this. I don't know. What's the Valkyrie and Berserker lore? Because obviously both names from like sort of
I can type
mythology,
in chat if I follow.
Right. So both characters that make sense from that
Both
mythology.
have red hair.
They both have the carrot top thing going on.
Yeah, they've got to be related. They are related right now.
Oops.
We made it. We made it true on broadcast.
Callum, thank you again for the heart me.
For the Valkyrie.
Kareem following the channel. What up? Shout out again to Yael, top streaker and top gifter.
Almost every month since the Berserker's been in the game, I think it's one of the coolest additions to Clash Royale. It's a great cycle card. It's so good defensively. You know, it doesn't have too much HP. It's just a really, really unique card, and it really helps in duel mode.
Snowball looking to make room. Dark Prince says no thank you. I mean Skeleton King.
Chat going lore confirmed. Nice. We got it.
Lore confirmed. Awesome.
Locked it in.
That's why the Valkyrie's Evo is to pull you back. And so when the Berserker starts running around causing chaos, like, no, get back, get over here.
Ayo with the follow. Nick with the follow. Thank you, guys.
Little couple stabs there. Yeah, good snowball.
Yeah, great snowball. Actually hits the Fire Spirit perfectly in time. Then the Vines comes down, and that's a lot more damage than I think Sandbox would have liked to have taken, being down about 700 HP now.
Ooh-wee! Yo, Loyal, thank you for the follow. Nick, what up? Ayo, thank you again. Follow the channel for a shout out. I can catch him.
Good snowball from Sandbox though as well. 1938 to 1730, just really getting a lot more damage than I thought he would.
It's hard to lock in.
Yeah, just trading blows. Ian so far getting the better of it. Sandbox trying to make it happen.
Wow. Yep, and that bomber, it's tough. You just gotta, I guess, eat that damage there.
Sandbox, a two-time
Cat's opinion on Bobby. Shout out to Bobby.
2022.
Ooh, that's a tough one, Rich. I feel like Sandbox is definitely on tilt right now. You know,
Ian got him. I wasn't paying attention.
That can really be.
I gotta lock in.
You're building confidence as you take game 3 and game 4, but then losing in game 5, it's
turn them down a tab.
You go down to
Dang,
this
Tony.
bracket. Ian's just been sitting back, chilling. As I said, he has absolutely no pressure on his shoulders, and just like he did with Mohamed Light,
I don't know.
He knew exactly where the elixir and cycle was.
Shout out to Tony. Should I just be quieter?
Interaction in that game, definitely trading blows.
Or louder.
But Ian knew he had the knockout punch the entire time. He knew he was out ahead, and you saw that with the placement, the timing of everything that he was doing, especially those perfect snowballs.
Well, you know, you talk about kind of the evolution of Ian, because we've had our eye on Ian as someone to break into true competitive level for quite a long time, right? He's someone, obviously, his fans have, for years, his fans have been clamoring, you know, where's Ian?
I'm refreshing to see if I can type in the chat.
Every stream I did on my channel and nearly every CRL for a long time. And Ian just, between whatever it was, for a long time, couldn't quite put it together, right? There were always just some pieces that were missing. This version of Ian is really scary, and maybe it's just a mixture of the experience with getting a little bit older, a little bit more confident, and kind of not feeling like you have anything that's not as much as on the line for you. Maybe putting slightly less importance, if that makes any sense, on it. It's not feeling those nerves. And this has gone from Ian never having qualified to World Finals before and being only like kind of close to now being one of the favorites as we go in to the end of this season and start looking towards Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, when I talked to Ian last year at World Finals, and I had started watching a lot of his content.
I typed something funny.
He wanted to be there, heard about the grind, and, you know, when I saw him in person, he was just like, I want to be there. I'm going to be there next year. I really want to make it happen. And, you know, the amount of pressure that gets taken off your shoulders by getting that first golden ticket obviously comes with a ton of work that you have to do. It just feels like he's been able to really lock in, dial in, and kind of hone the skills perfectly that he needs. And yeah, this is a really, really scary Ian to run into. And Sandy, you can see right there, it doesn't get the King Tower activation. It's obviously frustrating, but you could also see.
All right, let's lock in
with that head shake. So yeah, I mean, two very different situations right now in the sense of the calm, the composure, and the pressure.
Well, and you think about the
Pigs. Ooh, Sandbox has Monk.
That going back to, I can't remember which World Finals we first met him at. I think it was the 22 or 23, the first time we met him in Helsinki, and he was so generally excited and just this bundle of energy, and he still does have all of that. But you know, you think about the other things that Ian does competitively, right? Where I think he's out there running Ironmans, doing like 100-mile races and stuff like that. It's hard to express the value of being generally seasoned as a competitor and how that can translate over to success in this arena.
100%. I mean, that's in so many things in life.
Ian runs 100-mile races.
Situations, having to keep your cool, keep your composure, learn, you know, work on yourself, yada, 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 all that stuff. I know it sounds like a little preachy here, but it just really has been a complete turnaround year for Ian.
And just a little bit left to deal with for Ian. Skeletons should clean it up. Piggies do a distraction.
We're seeing so many zappies, bro. Callum with the heart me. Sneaky Golem's in here.
Finally, I mean, it's crazy that this is the first time we're seeing this deck today. It was used
Bars
so much yesterday. It was incredibly effective. It matches up well against a lot of things in the meta. There's obviously certain things every deck doesn't match up well against.
Mungarji.
But as you can see right now, Ian doing a good job. You know, the 3-card cycle is going to be super frustrating. The Evo Cannon does a great job cleaning up things behind.
Anybody care about the Emmys tonight?
On top of them. You know, like I said, the 3-card cycle with the double cannon is going to be something that you need to look at. Still going to be a little bit tough to control. I think, you know, in general, Sandbox has a much more offensive deck.
Evo Cannon trying to clear up some of the mess. Baby Dragon gets turned around last second by the Piggies.
And just enough damage from that Mighty Miner plus Log and Skellies.
One of the TV shows I really like, Severance, is nominated for a bunch of stuff.
He's definitely going to feel the pressure here. He's got to have some really great defenses throughout.
And that's nice to put all the Zappies into the same lane to deal with nice and easily for Ian. Sudden Death overtime on its way. Ian with the lead, 2090 on the bottom right-hand screen on that tower for Sandbox. And Sandbox maybe hits that a half step early.
Yeah, that was interesting. Maybe just not knowing what to do with his elixir, not wanting to leak a lot. Really interesting on that.
Just saw a video on Star thing. Shout out to John. What up?
To his strong side.
It's weird seeing people's different favorite CR positions. What's the freaking girl song thing where she's like, "Do you know this one?"
I like the Skellies going first, though.
Oh, I could do a video on that.
Just enough DPS. You want to get him back.
Sabrina Carpenter has the song
to distract the fish boy. So smart, kind of
Bro
long
Star Design.
macro play there.
Dude, Carlos, is that a good vid? Do you know this one? And then it's me playing on the toilet. Do you know this one? And then it's me playing on bed.
Double up on the RG there quite yet. Triple Elixir had just kicked in, but needed to handle business first at Sandbox. So now
Ian's doing good.
In that decision-making moment.
W vid idea? Bro, I'll go get my pen and paper. Foamcat's invented invention.
Corner RG, Zappy's ahead.
That's like the traditional Indian head wobble, which I invented.
There, not ideal, especially when you need that log to help with those Zappies and obviously push back that RG. And there's the log.
2 RGs.
Have to get another cannon down. There it is.
This one still has some legs though.
Yeah, the Evo Baby Dragon just slow, but the RG is already in range. Fishboy's on tower, and that's the trouble right there. 1915, 2008. Gonna see if we could get a spell in here from Ian. There's the lightning in the back. Fireball comes in. Log. That's another log.
Oh my God! Ian got it by a log.
Can you believe it? Wastes a log saves a log, wins by 27 HP.
Yeah, I mean, you know the lightning is going to come in. That's what
Lag.
it's always been run in this deck. You're waiting for the spell to come down. Obviously needs just a little bit more love there. Log comes back around, and yeah, I think there was like 5 logs played in that final 40 seconds or something like that by Ian. Really well done.
I got
And
muted
again,
in Clash Royale
frustrating
chat
loss for Sandbox.
in the tournament.
Yeah,
They
that's
banned me,
that's a
bro.
tough one for him, and you know he had to feel like he had stolen
What
it
did
away
I even
when
say? I'm
that
taking a
log went
pic.
down the middle.
That's a
he needed to
video.
push it
They're
on tower, and to lose that by 28 HP when the lightning really hadn't been a factor in the game so much before that ends up being the critical factor there.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
all I
there's just
said
not a
was
lot of
add
great lightning
Goon
targets
Corner.
there, and you know, obviously you don't ever want to get lightning block there. That's why he goes to the back of the tower. But you know, ton of damage going to come in. But when you look at the targets there, it's just really hard. You got the monk, the RG, the baby dragon. They all have.
Ooh, it let me say I love Clash Royale. Nope, I'm timed out. They muted me, bro. All I said was add Goon Corner.
You know how it is when the RG pushes are at the bridge. You try to get a lightning exactly where you want. Sometimes you almost spend.
I'm
too
taking
much
a pic
time
and I'm
trying to
making
get
a vid.
in,
Should
and
I
you're already
record it
somewhat
here
behind
live?
on your
I don't
defense.
know.
So just love the way Ian played that. He goes, you know what? I don't really need the lightning to help with the bridge because I have the Evo Cannon in those.
Oh my
situations as well.
God! I
That's one
just
more
got
thing
banned.
that
I
think
just
is
got
brilliant
banned.
about the evolutions. The Evo Cannon has really become like a little fireball when you need it.
Sure, and the ability to cover. We saw how often there were
Oh
two
my
lane
God,
pushes, right?
that's
You have
funny.
stuff
Should
really
I go get my
stretching the
recording
field
stuff
out,
and do a
The
video?
timing of the Evo cannons from Ian to cover that full breadth and just make sure everything let's calm it all down a little bit. Give me a little bit more space to deal with both lanes at once.
Oh my God!
And
Do
this
not
is very,
type
very
add
smart
Goon
there
Corner.
throughout the match.
I
to
got
make sure you
banned.
use those at the right time.
Yeah, and Ian did exactly what you're supposed to do as well with decks like that. Which
How
is
long
try
am
to
I
get as much
banned
damage
for?
as I can early on in the matchups when the Royal Hogs are really, really effective, and then kind of there's this long lull period.
That's
where you
crazy.
Have to mostly spend your attention to cycle and your elixir on defense, and Ian just did a great job of that. Never overextending with the lightning, never getting too overzealous with the Royal Hogs, and just always having cannon after Evo cannon in cycle.
And the Mohammed Light opening for Sandbox with the wall breakers. I believe those were in the back. I think we caught up there a half second late.
I can't believe they banned me.
Very popular bait deck coming out here for Sandbox.
Yay.
I think this is our first look at Princess on the day.
I was going to say, it usually doesn't have Princess in it, if I am remembering correctly. But there are versions.
Sandbox, and this is, I mean, you know, he has to win this game in front of him, obviously. But this is also Sandbox thinking about the long term, right? What is he not playing here by playing the Princess in so we can try to win Game 4 and Game 5?
And depending on the spell power here, those Dark Goblins and Princesses could be quite frustrating.
Okay.
No log for Ian, so you see some of the thought process for Sandbox.
Bro, I don't want it to pick up both mics. I don't know how to turn off one of these mics.
Nice double barrel push here to the back.
Maybe I do this
Good
later.
damage. You see
It
those
is a
guards
good
on the right-hand
video,
side,
though.
Just having to take some time, and then the spears on the left. So, yeah, Sandbox doing a good job.
And this is, you know, this is one of those things about playing against bait, no matter what the variety is, really.
Maybe
But it's
my
that
timeout is
multi-level
gone.
that you have to defend all at the same time. And, you know, it's classic when you think about a Princess version of bait or a Dark Goblin version of bait. We saw that earlier with the Skeleton Barrel Mortar deck, but having to worry about damage from 2 or in some cases even 3 different levels can really become frustrating, especially late game.
Yes, I can type again.
Ian with the P.E.K.K.A. because this Mala
No, it's still banned. Oh my
right here on the
God.
left-hand side, and now you're going to see. I don't know if Evo Valkyrie's in cycle or not, but it's a perfect time for it. There it is, absolutely perfect Evo Valkyrie. But the battle ram does sneak away for Ian there, and just again a great sequence of offense put together. But he is taking a decent amount of damage on that right-hand side.
15-23 to 12-18. Ghost on the left-hand side has to be dealt with. Electro Spirit. does its work.
That's so crazy.
Now, keep in mind here, everybody, as we're seeing this same story play out one more time, Sandbox has no direct damage. The Goblin Barrel is the closest thing. Arrows can always cover. Then also, you can try to do your best with troops as well.
And Ian just dropped Zappies and a Furnace all right on top of those Goblins, and I think the middle Goblin's still got a stab.
I have 2 microphones, and I don't know how to turn one off.
Right on top of the tower.
There, mute button.
And one, ooh, wow, that wall breaker just barely stopped.
It felt like it might get there.
He's doing a really good job of like just staying in this game right now, keeping up with the relentless offense from Sandy, and making sure he has the arrows exactly.
They are giving away QR codes.
Doing his best to defend the Goblin Barrels with stuff other than spell power, and that's kind of what you have to do when you only have just the one spell against the bait deck like this. And man, I can't believe Sandbox is all that Furnace damage on the left-hand side. That feels a little crazy just to get a barrel out.
Yeah, that seemed. I mean, he was in the mix, and now just completely changed the math of what he has to do. And I think you're right. I think we had a bit of a tilted situation earlier on, and maybe some decision fatigue, right? A little frozen here.
Again, decision fatigue. That one Zappy on the left-hand side. I mean, at least get a princess down maybe to take a shot at it.
Should I wait till after the game?
Not exactly sure, but definitely a bit tilted here is Sandbox. So completely understandably so.
I use this so I can record with my back camera.
That's why you have to save the arrows for the offensive side of the board and then defend with units on the other side of the board. One Goblin, though,
28 seconds.
Get some good damage in. I think 2 Goblins got on tower. One of them got 2 stabs.
28 seconds left. Barrel in. Maybe a little Sim City here for Sandbox.
Golden Knight just does so much work. The Valkyrie just a step late, gets on top of the Tesla and the Princess, then goes all the way back to the Valkyrie, does that Golden Knight.
I'm glad they didn't block me.
Arrows clear, wall breakers will not have room to get through. Wow. And that is a clean 3-0 sweep for Ian, making a statement today. He is the one to watch going in to World Finals.
It's a scary dude right now, man. That is a scary dude to play Clash Royale against. He is just on top of his game, top to bottom, in and out, matchups,
where do I want my
card
background to be?
count, cycle tracking, elixir tracking, picking apart and creating offense when he needs to. Just so much about what Ian is doing right now is
bro, I just got banned from typing in chat in the Clash Royale tournament. All I said was exclamation add goon
but at the end of the day, it's still just typing exclamation free rewards or whatever,
and I thought it would be a funny joke to type add goon corner, and they banned me from chat.
You love to see it. He started
anymore.
the year
There's
strong.
a picture.
He's finishing
Thank
the year
you for
strong.
not blocking me completely.
Yeah, Ian is going
season.
The season, yeah, finishing the season.
And, there are going to be
that puts him only
QR
20 points behind Muhammad Light in the final standings, and if Ian wins, he'd be 10 points behind. So, if something had gone differently, we could have it switch, and Ian could be the #1 seed. But very clearly, Ian and Muhammad Light separating themselves. Now, other thing here with Sandbox out, that does give Pedro the golden ticket. So Pedro is now our 4th golden ticket winner. And that makes something really interesting here because of our 4 first-round buys, Muhammad Light, Ian, and Pedro, 3 of our golden ticket winners. Adriel, the only golden ticket winner not to get a first-round buy. That goes to Sub, who had 2 runner-up finishes
you have
in our
been
first
placed
2 months.
In timeout by the
he'll finish the
owner
season
of
at
this
210
video or
points.
moderator.
This is the only one who didn't win a golden ticket who makes it into the top 4.
Yeah, big time congrats there to Pedro for getting his golden ticket and making his 3rd year in a row to World Finals. 2024, he got 2nd place. Last year, he was able to get 6th place.
Thank you guys for watching.
Locking in his ticket once again. That trip to Atlanta, that trip to DreamHack, the end of October, beginning of November. Pedro's going to be there once again.
That's a bid.
And, honestly, he's one of the guys that you just absolutely love to see it. He completely is a grinder. He can play all different archetypes. He is so calculated. He's so methodical.
Love how Ian's chilling in his bed for CRL.
I always love to see players like that.
Maybe it is too loud.
In trips to World Finals, and obviously World Finals is a completely different place. You never know what's going to happen there. But Pedro securing the golden ticket here.
Good job, Ian.
September. But remember, we're giving away 2 golden tickets this month. Another big competition next
golden
week.
Ticket
versus Pedro, a match that we could very likely see at Worlds.
Yeah, I mean, and Pedro gonna come in having already gotten the win over Ian earlier on in the competition yesterday. That
I can't
2-0
do a
sweep,
backflip,
so
but I'm
I'm gonna
short.
run it back here. Talking about their journey, Pedro had the first round bye.
I already got to pee again.
Ian beat Mohamed Light, beat Sandbox, has a second shot, so he might get 3 total wins over the top 2 seeds over the course of this weekend. We'll see how that one goes. And then you talk about Ian's journey, beating us off, lost to Pedro, and then since then, had Newsy.
What did you just say? I got banned and he says that. That's crazy.
Mohamed Light, and then the statement win. We just saw the 3-0 sweep against Sandbox to give us our grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, Ian goes, world finalist in the lower bracket to Newsy, who was on a good run, to a world champion, to a world champion, to a world finalist, and here he is in the upper bracket finals against Pedro, who, again, making his 3rd world finals appearance in a row. And getting rewarded with the golden ticket. Now we have to figure out what he's going to do with his silver ticket. And now you guys can grab this banner off the screen.
Banner! QR code! Go, go, go! I'll zoom in.
You're not. I'm going to claim mine right now.
Get the 3rd one.
We have one more banner to give you.
Oh, my God.
Not long till the next reward. We just have the grand finals to go. And there we go. Got it. Got it locked in. I'm still actually using the Japanese anime-inspired one that they did a while back with the goblin and the smiling goblin.
Got it. Now I need a pick for a vid.
So I love that banner.
I have the Electro Spirit one with it's kind of blue and purplish with the Electro Spirits kind of on the edges. And then I have a goblin breakdancing with sunglasses on because I gotta love the shades.
And on my other one, I have the barbarian with the purple grill. The elixir teeth looking grill. That one's a lot of fun. So there are your 3 rewards. And obviously, if you guys missed any of the rewards before, you can still claim them. And also a big shout out to our mods in the YouTube chat. Although it might be impossible.
Let's go, baby. I just got that shit.
Chat. They did post a link in there earlier for an access to the rewards as well. So there you go, guys. 3 out of our 4 rewards, all but decided here in the sense of we got 2 golden ticket holders here in the finals before the grand finals are even played. So this is pretty much for money. And, I mean, I guess for more
that's going in the video.
If he's able to take the full 100 points, I think that would also put him in a very, very good spot considering that top 4. Is that right, Rich?
Yeah, if Pedro wins, he'll jump sub into 3rd place. So I don't know. I haven't seen how all the bracket stuff works out, although I think we might have the whole bracket, other than that, pretty much set and locked in of who would play who. But that would swap Pedro and sub and affect who the matchup would be. Who they're
banner's coming soon
after that first round bye. So
Jacob, I'm gonna upload a video that has it
for Pedro, but they're all playing with house money and just trying to add to those paychecks.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Sub has done such a great job kind of being Mr. Consistent, but those late finishes in the monthly finals are kind of what gives the edge when you look at the competition that you're going up against for that first round bye. So while Sub's still doing a great job on the leaderboard, you talk about exactly where he lies in this situation. But, I think he's got that golden ticket, right? So it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, well, we'll see how these two play out. We do have some more prize pool on the line for our grand final. Winner will take down the big bucket, the big bag, and our loser will still be happy because, like I said, we're kind of in this. We're not in the senior. I wouldn't call it senioritis phase because we're all still pretty pumped. But right now, pretty much everything is locked until we get to next weekend, the last chance qualifier, where these silver tickets will all have to get sorted out, and we'll figure out who is vying for the.
I'll have QR codes. Hold on.
And a chance to.
It's going to be on the video though.
The number 1 underdog of the season.
Excuse me, I meant to say Sub has the silver ticket locked. So, yeah. Adriel, no. Golden. And then Adriel also has a silver ticket. We're going to figure out where that goes.
Lock in, gameplay.
So just a quick little bit of cleanup housekeeping there. A lot of names to keep track of.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's interesting, we do have kind of a short season overall with only 4 golden ticket events.
I'm still banned. That's crazy.
The likelihood of a silver ticket going to somebody who qualifies for World Finals anyway is exceptionally high. So we're finding that was the situation here. And we'll see how it shakes out. Right now, though, let's start this BO5 to see who's going to be our Stats Royale Gold Edition champion.
And always love to see Pedro playing Mortar Miner. Had great success with it in 2023. Ian going to GY, which, Pedro's got some good responses to it. But obviously, minions and gang can be cleaned up off the board.
Bruh.
And also, you talk about going up against GY when you're running Cannoneer. It's just not that fun, Rich.
Why? What's wrong?
Why? What happened? Yeah,
He's going to take his time here. Going to go ahead and just let the Witch be a nuisance.
I think that's a great idea for Ian. You know, his deck just gets better as the game goes on. He already has the advantage of going up against the Cannoneer. There's really no reason to force the issue early here. And obviously, you know, with the Cannoneer of himself, the Skeleton King plus the Witch plus the minions plus the Goblin Gang, all those things can kind of be frustrating, but with Valkyrie, Witch, and Ice Wizard and Barb Barrel, it's actually not as hard to deal with.
Yeah, they both have good swarm coverage. A little bit less effective on one side than the other when it comes to swarm coverage for a graveyard.
Kind of a chill day. Banner QR isn't working for me. It worked for me. I don't know, man.
Ice Wiz taken care of.
Ice Witch, new card, just dropped.
Yeah, I just spoiled it. Sorry, I spoiled the Ice Witch.
And there you see
and then
that Valkyrie up high just completely obliterates that push.
Then I get a message that I actually did accidentally spoil the card. Mortar's up. And it's fun to see Pedro going Mortar in this one, right?
I love it.
I would have loved to see Mortar versus Hog between these two. A little.
I don't know, man. The QR codes are annoying to set up. I got to do a lot of editing, but I do it.
That is like Hog EQ against. Well, this Mortar deck is okay because the Witch and the Ice Wizard do a little bit better job in terms of like that Earthquake not being super effective, but in general, it can be a tough matchup these days. And there you go. GY makes sense. Minute and a half left, and we'll see how he wants to defend as that Vines comes in, plus arrows. So great coverage here so far.
Still, I mean, you look at that, and it's like, how did that much damage still happen? How much elixir was spent? Like 12? And still damage comes in.
It's absolutely nuts.
Man, my vids are doing really good. This one will do good, too.
Final minute approaching. Triple elixir about to hit. We'll see if Ian can turn up the pace a little bit now that we're in the graveyard time of this matchup.
And look at that value, man. It's just, again, it's absolutely insane. The Poison comes in, gets on top of the Ice Wiz, gets on top of the Witch. The Witch splash gets on top of Tower. The Cannoneer has trouble against the Skellies. Witch is still splashing on Tower. So much elixir spent. And, you know, just an insane amount of damage taken.
Yeah, that was nutty. That's the only way to say it, because that was absolutely nutty. Miner goes to the outside, trying to get some of this chip back for Pedro, but that one push might have told the story here.
Anything exciting?
So much has to happen.
I kind of want the underdog to win.
By Ian to deal with those minions. It's another great synergy that's happened with that minions buff. Is the range buff being able to defend well for the mortar on your side of the board.
And that's going to be it. Game number one for Ian.
Wow, bro. Ian is farming everybody.
Ian now on a nice little win streak.
Does he really run 100-mile races?
Yeah, that's just a tough one, man. I mean, you always hate running into Graveyard when you're running Cannoneer, and the combination of the Vines plus the Poison, it just really becomes a conversation.
That's crazy
like,
to me.
How do I defend? I mean, like, I need a unit to stay on the board, so I got to put the Witch there. You just give so much poison value. You also need to cover the other side. Like, that's the thing about Cannoneer is you have to cover both sides of your tower. You can't just have one card deal with it, especially with Vines in the mix. So, you know, Goblins on one side, Witch plus Ice was on the other. Poison value for all of it. Still taking 300 to 700 damage we saw over and over again. And just a really great pick there for Ian in game number one. Just a really great matchup conversation when you talk about, even though Pedro's running a deck that he
Did they unban me?
It's very, very hard to make up for that lost ground in the Cannoneer.
Yeah, just not able to get it done. Bringing the decks up here from game number one. And give me one moment here. And still waiting for the update from the previous matchup to this one. We'll have that one. I'll have those up here in just a moment. But, you know, Ian, throughout his CRL career, one of the biggest concerns for him was deck pool depth. Right? Yep. When we first started seeing him break out as this big-time star.
I don't know if this vid's going to do good.
Creator, and that's how pretty much everyone starts, right? Everyone who gets good at this game pretty much starts out as a one trick. And Ian was one of those without question. Like, it was the idea of, go back to the Ian Riley, it was Riley's bait versus Ian's hog. And one of the things that Ian's done very well, and we can see that here, is not just increase the deck pool, but increase the expertise inside that deck pool. And I think that's the culmination that we're seeing come to fruition today.
And Ian has just been on an absolutely insane run, winning 6 games in a row, Rich. I'm pretty sure he dropped that first game against Mo when he was running Golem, and then he reverse sweeps, picks up 2, goes straight 3-0 over Sandbox, and then picks up game number 1 here against Pedro, and just absolute domination right now from the American.
Prince evaporated. And
Yeah,
now Goblin Giant up front.
Minor Mortar control, but you have that Prince in there to help with the 3-card cycle. Also gives you another ground tank if necessary, gives you another pushback if necessary, but the Goblin Machine, man, I mean, you just look at how hard it is to wrangle and how much damage it still takes, and Ian pulls out the signature good game very early on. We've seen Ian call good games so many times and actually still win said game, but this is against Pedro, who already has 1,000 HP in the tank, and pretty good matchup.
Yeah, maybe it's,
All right, I think I'm posting this.
Letting go, and when we do see him make the comeback, it's because he's kind of no longer super concerned with it. And some players, we see that happen, and it's resignation. And sometimes for Ian, it's almost more relaxation. Although now the emoting is kind of telling us the story.
Yeah, in his case, it's kind of like, worst thing that happens is I'm going to lose this game that I think I'm going to lose, and then sometimes you see him fight back. But yeah, this is just tough. I mean, again, we've said this several times today, just because we've seen so much minor control. It's just a lot of ground to cover when you go down early, and your opponent can all of a sudden play so much less aggressive. Or conversely, when you're running against this only offense deck,
QR code of the banner is posted, or it's posting now.
And
oh, I got to zoom in.
Go ahead and smack that miner right in the face.
And just as I say that, I was like, well, the Prince is cycled in the back now, so there's a free rocket.
Don't just want full gameplay? I don't know.
But maybe the long game, right? Because that rocket comes out, Rich, and now you just have nothing for this Evo Furnace.
Little Prince with the knockback of the log. No Little Prince ability called out here. Gives up a little bit more damage. 1294 the mark on the right-hand tower.
Yeah, the splash range of that Fire Spirit is just so brutal, so hard to control. The Prince looked like it was maybe just far enough away, but obviously you want to keep it far enough away from the push so it can stay effective, but then it's too close to the tower. Fire Spirit jumps, a couple hundred more damage.
Pedro's in the lead.
All right, this Little Prince has a bit more going on for Ian than previously. Miner here to make sure there's no connection of those bottle rockets.
Yeah, that is a good play, even though it's pretty much his best offensive weapon.
Dark Prince counters Prince.
One of the most frustrating things about it is you can see sniping that Little Prince off the board, even though the Dark Prince comes down.
I wonder if we're going to see the Little Prince ability really at all. I could see it maybe when we're in triple if Ian's trying to give room to spell cycle, but so far, nothing doing.
That Goblin Machine is such a nuisance, and now you see Ian kind of going left-hand lane, not only to focus on, the Goblin Giant that's coming down the lane, but maybe also to try to keep his Little Prince alive longer to help. I mean, not even the 3-card cycle is really going to do anything at this point, honestly.
Are they saying that Pedro's got it?
In a hard place.
Final minute, triple elixir, and Pedro's going to lock things down.
Double Dark Prince.
And Rocket going to get some value.
The Goblin Machine doesn't matter, still has a third of its HP. We love that card. Don't change it.
And there goes a Little Prince ability. Going to keep that out a little bit longer.
Dude.
Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but you see the Goblin Machine's effectiveness against these ranged cards, whether it's getting on tower or...
Is Ian going to win with a rocket, barely?
Ineffective. It's just absolutely so difficult to wrangle here, especially because so much of dealing with Goblin Machines is just.
Could Ian win with a
you
rocket?
have enough HP to keep that rocket off your tower.
Wait a second, rocket log. Is that going to be not quite there?
So
Look
close.
at that. Ian ended up getting this thing pretty darn
Thanks
close.
for the QR code. It
You
worked.
start thinking about the long run of this one, and Pedro able to create just enough separation, but man, just a couple more shovel swings, maybe a log here, and we're having a different conversation.
Yeah, maybe
Good job.
should have given a little bit more credit, keep that game a little more exciting. It just feels like against someone like Pedro, who is, again, so good defensively, that he was always keeping that in mind. And then you started to see him kind of move units around the board a little bit more, maybe to break up what felt like Ian's momentum.
I got to pee again.
But in
oh, my
general, it
iPad
felt
turned
like
off.
he had
Dang it.
pretty much locked in from the beginning. Ian called good game, and he meant it this time.
Yeah, so now we reset ourselves all square. This best of 5 now turned into a best of 3, if you will, although with a few cards missing on both sides, 16 down in both directions. So game number 1, Ian ran the graveyard deck, Poison, Vines, and Bar Barrel all gone. Pedro ran Mortar Miner, only used arrows there, so has been a little bit more judicious in his use of spells so far. Rage and Curse used in that last one for Pedro. So arrows, Rage, and Curse, the only things out right now for Pedro. Log, Rocket, Poison, Bar Barrel, and Vines all gone for Ian. So, thinking about some of the central pieces of your spell building, kind of getting a little bit thinner there on Ian's side.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where Ian wants to go in this next game. Just kind of what direction does he kind of lean into something a little bit heavier, like RG, or what we've been seeing so much of in Goblin Giant, just because he's got a long way to go, right? In the sense of this is a full best of 5. You wonder how much of it he can spend playing, or how much of that time he can spend only running what he wants to, as opposed to having to lean into the meta.
Chill day today. This is nice, man.
Graveyard in game 1. Not really a hard call, just because Graveyard is so strong right now. Pedro on the other side of it, starting with Minor Mortar. I like that he goes Comfort, gets to feel.
Somebody play freaking Monk
with that deck. Then
Jacob with the heart me, Vicky in here, popular vote, and the heart me. Thank you, Sneaky Golem. What up?
Because we see it with mini P.E.K.K.A sometimes, so maybe something that Pedro's thinking about for the long run. But yeah, Pedro, in terms of looking at Ian's spell power, there's still a lot out there, and it's just so hard now with how many cards we have, how many evolutions we have, the fact that there's so many viable decks that can come together in these best of 5s. I mean, this is why I do not ever envy analysts.
And Ian has a successful drill deck for him still available. He does have Vines out. He does have Tesla out, but he ran a drill deck yesterday with the, or maybe it was actually earlier today. Ran a drill deck with the Evo Furnace and Bomb Tower. So there definitely is. I was gonna say that maybe drill was off the table here, but Ian does still have one of his constructions free. That rage.
How many watch do you have? I got a lot of cheap watches. This one is
Tombstones. So
I think like $15.
I mean, Tombstone's actually shown up a lot more today than we saw it yesterday. I think
Casio F91.
Maybe 4 times already.
I don't think we've seen Ian run
the Indiglow on it is so bad. It's like a really bad, flashlight that's very dim coming from the side.
Yeah, none from Ian thus far. He'll be very happy to have that fireball today.
Yeah, great value there. And now how do you deal with this? You get the high Tombstone, but man, that's just a lot on the board right now.
And the rage to clear, the Skellies just distracting the fish.
Ian just won that.
Tower is pretty much donezo's.
I mean, that tower is donezo, man. The fish boy just distracted for so long. Now we're just a fireball away, and Ian has got to feel good. He does not need to play another Royal Giant until Pedro overextends, and then Ian can go opposite lane with the Royal Giant. So, right now Pedro thinking, what do I do? Let me go build up in the other lane because I know all it takes is a fireball, and already pretty much looking at game number 4.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Sets up to the right-hand lane, but like you said, there's no reason to do anything.
They said that Ian runs 100-mile races. Is that true?
75 seconds.
He runs like, what are those called? Ultra marathons?
He's been such a good defender himself, and it's crazy the synergy of the Skeleton King plus the Royal Giant.
The bar block didn't kill Skellies. That looked weird.
In history, we've seen Royal Giant paired with, you know, bait type cards.
I'd love to see Pedro come back because he looks cooked. But I don't think you can come back against a perfect player.
A long time ago, but we see the effectiveness.
Wow, the BM oops.
Like Ian misplayed what he wanted there.
Oh no.
Ian
messed up.
For more of like a furnace or tombstone situation.
This is the second time that we've seen a little weird misplay out of Ian with the log in the first game. Of course, in the first game, the log didn't matter. He ended up coming out and taking the win. And this does still force expenditure, right? You're still forcing
Can I type
Pedro
yet?
to play in the lane he doesn't want to be in.
Yeah, because you can't just completely ignore a push that big, right? You just can't do it because then you're starting to worry about the 3 crown.
I'm back, baby. I got banned for an hour.
Making him spend more than he wants, and now
Wow, that's crazy.
Pedro needs a true miracle here.
Well, miracles happen, but not here and not now. Ian taking the 2-1 lead.
Glad we got
now
that vid
has
out.
championship point.
Yo, Funny Skeleton 69, IDK, Jamba Juice. Thank you for the follow. Chris with the follow. Thank you.
Again, doesn't really matter that much, which is unfortunate.
Back to the
We talked about
casters.
how all day long, everything mattered so much points-wise and ticket-wise.
Oh man, I love not playing Clash Royale. Show the QR codes, text. Go check my newest vid. I just posted the banner one. The other two and the last one I'll post later.
$15,000 and $9,000.
Tell me if you heard me.
That's
Don't just
pretty
leave.
Big difference. That's something that I'd be playing pretty hard for right now.
Yeah. Thank you. What up?
Sure.
You're welcome.
I mean, that's definitely. It's no joke for these guys. Of course, they've got the most important thing, that trip to World Finals. But yeah, a $6,000 best of 3. This is now turned into, or I guess $6,000 best of 5 overall. That's definitely, the pressure is on. And let's take a look. Let's just go rewind here for a second, deck wise, because
yo
now
ZZZZZ. Thank you for
came
the
out
follow.
with the Furnace, Fireball, Rage, Skeleton King. Now it does kind of feel like we're getting that. You start thinking about what you don't have to cover.
Are these guys too unk to be
I
casters
haven't
or no?
seen a drill deck yet.
Because I kind of feel like they're
will
unk
be
status.
playing at this point.
With
Obviously, they
me,
can come up with
you
some
know?
sort of construction that could be.
I wonder if it'd be better if it was like
I would be more concerned maybe about a
Bobby
Hog
okay.
or a Piggy's deck if I were Pedro.
Oh, all
On
their decks are
Pedro's
no
side,
skill. Oh,
Arrows
that's a good
out,
video idea.
Furnace
If Bobby
and
hosted
the,
CRL.
the Curse gone, now Lightning Barb Barrel, but
Good vid
Log,
idea.
Fireball, Poison, some classics all still available.
Yeah, it's really interesting, like what you might want to play. I mean, there is just the popular Hog EQ deck out there with E-Spirit.
Good
and
vid.
Barbarrel
What was the other one?
that,
Do you know this
they
position of
use
CR?
Log and Barbarrel, so it starts to become a lot harder to run that. Plus the idea of playing something that, you know, he doesn't need to play his comfort deck right now. It's just not a necessity. I think it's better to be unpredictable in this
Of
moment.
CR.
Where
know,
do you go from there, though? It's
people play, blah, blah,
definitely
blah.
really tough. I mean, even recruits pick
Game on, game on.
Fun to see. You look at how much splash and stuff is out for Pedro. And
Good
Pedro's
luck.
Looking like he's going to go bait. Ian could be going to the skies here. Or
Pedro's the underdog.
something different with that cage and the Golden Knight combo.
I know me and Ian got second in the 2v2 Jinxie tournament. So I want Ian to win, but I love an underdog. It'd be cool if it went to best of
It might
5.
have been Pedro. I think it maybe was Pedro. But yeah, we did see Electro Giant once yesterday.
Oh!
It's going to look a little bit more like Drill.
Yeah, I mean, certainly could be Drill here, and this would mirror the version he played yesterday with Furnace. but with the
Mirror.
Cage instead of the.
Still
instead of
going
the
to the
Furnace.
gym? Does that answer your question?
And that Dark Goblin. We'll see what Ian actually has to deal with the Dark Goblin. As
Pretty
this game
chill
goes
right
on,
now.
but if the Dark Goblin and Princess are 2 cards.
Logan,
together,
what
there's a
up?
lot of difficulty controlling
Hassan
this
knows
game.
I got
Very
timed out. I'm
frustrating.
untimed out. They muted me for an hour.
Yeah, no log, and pretty clearly not playing Bar Barrel.
That's so funny.
Bar Barrel used in his, I think, first game or something like that. So I like this call. I like bait when you see that Log and Bar Barrel are out. You know, Golden Knight ability. can do a decent job, but really want something else to help deal with that Evo barrel.
Dang, Dart lived.
Evo barrel in, Evo Dark Goblin down. And you just got to eat the damage so that you can deal with the Evo Dark Goblin because you don't have a good way to get to it.
And does this feel more and more like it's something heavy since we haven't seen a drill yet?
Watching on TV,
Yeah, I mean,
what up?
About, like,
so
what
it's
the
like
baby
this
dragon
in the
is
middle
there
of the
for.
screen
Like,
and it's
baby
just black
dragon,
everywhere
is it
else?
just there to slow? Usually not. Usually there is some
Bruh.
synergy there, and there we go.
I don't know. I guess that's not bad. Forever, what up? Mario, what up?
The God Cage, those are all things, and I think that's probably
Archer
why
wallpaper.
you were
I don't know what you're
hinting
talking
at
about. I
Giant
would never do
beginning
anything
of
bad.
this because Pedro did
Jamba Juice, thank you for the 20 roses.
like
Jacob
that.
on the
Baby
heart
Dragon
me, thank you.
You gotta spend on those wall breakers, which means you can't spend elsewhere.
Mighty Miner should do a pretty decent job.
Are the star levels
but
you
isn't that
posted
with a nice
real?
elixir
People are
advantage for
saying
heals
that they're
exactly
fake.
what
I
he
hope they're
wants out of
not.
it, so
They said because the
that
ice
push,
spirit looked like
and, you know,
pee.
I love thinking about this.
It's
You're
fake.
doing that push, you'd love to get damage, obviously, but less to break through.
Winners
and
get,
more
I don't know.
to
They half the
force
prizes, even though they're
the game to
making
be
way
played the
more
way you
money.
want it to
So,
be played, and now we'll see if Ian can do something with this big elixir advantage.
yo,
Yeah,
that's a
you
lot of
always know that
stuff, man.
situation, you're playing a beat down deck to be able to get back on offense. Baby Dragon with the E-Giant, we've seen them coupled together. The Evo Baby Dragon, the E-Giant, just giving it some skates. It is such a slow-moving unit.
Bruh.
Fun synergy there. E-Giant is just barely viable again because of it, it feels like.
Pedro with a nice lead, 1801 on that right-hand tower.
When you put in the QR codes,
500 and change
when the tournament's over,
individually.
I'll do a video giving out all 4. I already gave away the banner one on my new video. Go look. I posted a video 10 minutes ago.
Get completely.
I haven't even looked at the
It's
banner
right
yet.
idea there. No reason to spend too much when you've got a healthier tower.
Here we
on the
go.
other
Thank you,
side.
bro. What up?
Oh, Berserker stays up long enough to take care of the wall breakers. Full send, right-hand side.
Why is everyone saying claim the emote? Because they're goofy.
King Tower
They think it
activation.
does something. It doesn't.
A lot of elixir spent.
Tony,
a
don't
lot of
type that.
damage
You
taken
will get
in. I don't
banned.
actually
Carter,
really
do
love
not type
play.
that.
It's
You
a
will get banned.
really nice
Okay?
play, though, by
I got
Pedro.
muted for an hour. It took forever. I can type again, though.
Ian just trying to go all in here.
It's a NATO that's just a little bit off. Nice high.
Yeah.
Pedro
I
takes the
typed
gold
Die Hard
away
Clash
from what
Royale.
Could be the tower. Good cleanup. Mighty Miner gets on top of that in the very beginning to get some good damage in. Anti-lightning placement. All things played well right now by Pedro.
Dude,
Just
Speedy
good
Dragon.
reading track from Pedro. There's been no. Oh, this is starting to be a problem.
Yo!
Real
Yeah, that
problem
baby
here.
drag speed up is huge. And Bomber gets on
Ian's
tower.
winning.
Wow.
And the lightning, Rich.
653. Berserker gets the catch.
Wow.
NATO to cover, and wow, Ian shuts it down. We're going to a bracket reset as Ian waves the white flag, but we called it before. That is not a surrender. That is in some ways the spinach.
Yeah, for real, man. He's
The
done that
spinach?
so many times in his career. It's got to be one of those things that you see it as a competitor, and it almost gets in your head because you're like, now I know that I have the matchup. But Ian can play through these matchups. He's done it so many times, and that's the other thing about E-Giant. Big shout out to Juicy J and his streams. Is you talk about like players that never ever give up until the final moments. You can never give up with E-Giant. One moment of that E-Giant connecting just does so much damage. Obviously, the heavy deck with the Baby Dragon Evo, with the Golden Knight.
10 with the goat dono. Pendulum on the heart me. What up? Thank you, guys.
The elixir is flowing, and the board is getting more populated, and your opponent is trying to get more damage in. Mistakes start to happen, and you see they're just a big enough opening for Ian to come in.
Is
and
Minion
steal
Prince a
that
real
game.
card? No one knows yet. Y'all are the ones that told me about it. So I just, you know,
and
I'm
when
just
you think
talking about what the
what's-
community is
what's
talking
still
about.
left, and
I
one
hope
thing
it's
like this
real.
in all 4 games. Ian may be
Zoom
getting a
out
read on
E-Giant
it.
deck, yeah.
He didn't play a single game where you're left without no direct damage on tower.
Ah, shit.
And that lightning getting direct damage late was super, super valuable, and then able to break all the way through for it. But Ian kind of maybe seeing the lay of the land early on. Every single one of these decks
God
has
dang.
that ability. And
So
with
teeny.
Pedro, it seemed like Pedro kind of had it going, but not able to keep up pace when it gets into those deep deep waters.
Chat here. We're gonna have to wait a little bit longer to give out our next.
Did I say that right? What up, Huber? What up? Thank you for the share.
Worked his way all the way through.
It's a Demon Slayer reference. It could be both.
And then he runs into Pedro, gets his revenge right now after being sent to the lower bracket where he had to go through Sweep,
Niche, what up?
Mohamed Light, and Sandbox. Talk about getting your work
Evo
in
Mini
this
Pekka, what would it
weekend.
do?
Ian has hit the Clash Royale gym, probably on top of hitting the regular gym.
Probably that.
And then Pedro on the other side of it. You get to that tough spot of, you know, he played a lot less than Ian, so your matches start to matter a lot more, right? You don't play in that first round, so you got that first round bye, and then you see he stays alive.
I'm confused.
Throughout, gets to sit pretty, but now
first
Ian,
one to
again,
say my user correct, bro. Wow, I really, you know, I went out on a limb on that, so thank you for the follow.
Golden tickets are
Jay, what up? E2, what up?
$6,000 best of 5.
Jack, do not type that. You will get banned. I got banned for an hour. It was really funny.
To the gut before going to World Finals.
Give me the last reward. It's not out yet.
You know,
but I'll do a video when it comes out that has all 4. Y'all know I take care of y'all.
Anything here with Pedro having been multiple times now, he's been under the bright.
Today's watch of the day is a $17 Casio called the F91.
Great, looking at Riley last year.
Yes.
Who it seemed like maybe
Rod, what up? Nixon, what up?
And I think that going and attending beforehand
Jay, what up?
made him feel a little bit more prepared.
Mohamed Light is out.
The big question is when Ian walks out on stage, how will he feel? Will he rise to the occasion, or will he get the camera nerf? We're not entirely sure, but my expectation is that he'll be ready for it. But I don't think neither of these two are ones who I really worry about a crisis of confidence as we get towards Worlds.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, Pedro's already been there numerous times before. He's performed incredibly well in his very, you know,
Casio F91.
2023.
How many Zelda games you play? I don't know. I missed Wind Waker. I never played Wind Waker.
Doesn't seem to matter. And then,
some people get mad.
Been there numerous times. And just like the level of confidence that he has.
You got Zelda Shield, you never played Wind Waker?
Stage. But Rich, you and I both know you never know how you're going to feel under those bright lights with the crowd right there. All of a sudden, all that kind of momentum you get from having so many fans, especially being stateside, being on home turf, all
stateside
of all of a sudden having to perform because you are the guy that should be on top. You did so well in month 1. You did so.
I never played Majora's Mask either.
So many points. You got such a great content, you know, creation thing going. So while I do think Ian will do well, you never really know. And
is this over?
Right now,
I don't think so.
It's a great thing of. Also, you talk about guys that win the ticket early on in the year and how much work they put in throughout the year. It just looks like he's gotten better and better as time has gone on.
Well, you know, and then you bring that up, the home field advantage. I'm really interested about what it's going to.
Caroline with the heart me, thank you.
Atlanta from October 31st.
Yo, Star, thank you for the tiny
2nd. Get your tickets right
Shout out
now
to the big boy donators.
Yael. So
Yael.
World Finals has been its own event. Like it's
and I said his name right. I'm very, you know,
Clash Royale is
aware of other cultures.
Just the core scene. I run into people all the time who I was
respectful.
Playing in a disc golf tournament yesterday, and a guy who was on my card when we started talking, found out what I did. He started talking about Mohamed Light. Right,
that's so
cool. Right, the spread of how well this is known competitively is deeper than you think. And
Triforce Heroes, 4 Swords.
In 2019, the crowd that showed up. This is going to be a bunch of people who...
Is Triforce Heroes the one that's like a collab with the other company? And it's like big hack and slash?
A little bit. So I'm excited
4 Swords now.
The crowd is like there. And with
guys, don't say Goon Corner or anything like that anymore.
I am expecting some...
Riley got kicked out. Mohamed Light is kicked out.
Takes the stage. It's going to be really, really interesting. I'm going to put it up there. You know, we played and we did World Finals in Japan.
I can't believe Ian runs ultra marathons.
Should
I Google that? Or are they just making stuff up? Ian 77 ultra marathon.
The wild crowd in LA. You know, it's interesting to be if there's a different situation. We might be it could be the most wild crowd we have ever had for a World Finals.
Yeah, and right now, guys, we're just waiting for these guys to reset after that best of 5. We'll be getting into the action very soon. And I agree, man. I mean, you talk about what this crowd is going to be like. You also talk about how huge Clash
Anybody
Royale
know that?
Over the last 6
Google
months.
Doesn't
it's
know.
Been one of the best years, if not the best year, for Clash Royale in history. You know, you look at it the way that it's kind of worked up the Supercell leaderboard in terms of popularity and obviously.
Oh no! In 2022, he ran a 52-mile ultra marathon.
great people out there making content, but also the cards that are being brought into the game, the evolutions that are coming into the game, and the fact that the balance team is
non-stop 52 miles,
even with all these new pieces.
So that's really 2 marathons. A marathon is 26.
Dude, I was playing, and just to, you know, since we got a second
a
here,
double marathon. I ran a half marathon
came out there who
and thought that I was cool.
Bodied me in pickleball. He was insane. But then we talked about our trophies and ultimate champion ranking, and he was nowhere even close to where I am in Clash Royale. So it's just
okay, easy, buddy.
How universal it is. He's also obviously like
Jinxie revived Clash. Did you know that Jinxie watched me stream Royale when he was in 7th grade?
About what that's going to look like
and then became a streamer.
You know, I don't think people
I'm not saying I invented Jinxie.
But there was a tournament, I think it was last year at the Poo Poo Pop Festival.
You say Poo Poo Pop, bro?
Belgium, if I remember correctly.
He was at the Poo Poo Pop Festival.
One thing I got back from that was that there were so many people who just wandered in to watch it because it was a cool live thing to watch. And I remember watching the videos of that, and the crowds were wild. Like, the actual energy in the room was completely insane. And so I think that might have, I don't know
anything about events page construction
to bring it to DreamHack this year.
What a potato.
About it, the more pumped
I saw something.
Game number 1 in our upper
They're making like a clan voyage, clan voyage, however you say it.
Games that will be played before our last chance qualifier.
I invented Expo and log bait.
And giving away our final golden ticket winner that we get to decide on, at least in the competitive, actually being able to watch the competition. Everything else will be decided by leaderboard points.
And for those of you curious, I won my division and shot a 960 rated round yesterday.
I was curious.
He needs to stop talking about disc golf.
I mean, I look.
Why do you look traumatized? Just dealing with the world today is traumatizing.
There has to be.
Anybody else just, you know.
That is such a good vines there by Pedro.
God, my FYP is so crazy. Like, everything is so crazy right now. Wish you the best. I'm not even paying attention to the games. Collab with B-Rad. Shout out to B-Rad. You know, maybe one day. B-Rad is like, seems like a very, you know, good, serious player. And I'm the opposite, you know? I'm like the fun, funny, bad guy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm the bad guy.
About the card.
Duh.
Paid attention to. And Vines plus barrel, also a really fun interaction. Wall breaker into a bomber, though, not so fun.
Pedro's up a lot.
And this feels like it's pretty much sewn it up.
This is a whole new best of 5.
Valkyrie there to just make sure that the game isn't completely over.
Is this the grand finals? When are you going to drop the QR codes? I just posted one. Nasser, check my vid. I posted one. What up? Nasser El Dasuki.
Doing their work.
Did I say that right? Tell me I'm the first person to ever say your name right. Someone said that today.
Crazy,
you're a nerd? You're not, because you spelled "you're" wrong. You're an idiot.
Lightning and freeze. You know, you talk about the targeting, you talk about the amount of damage, and obviously the freezing there, not as substantial, but doesn't
Femboy, you wish.
The time that you get to lock everything down, or the amount of units that you get to lock down.
Wow, wow, the work done there by the Evo Valk to open up a lane here, and I might have spoken too soon. Ian is in this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not that far apart, and you know how quickly that damage can stack up with the goblins, and now we're seeing Pedro have to use his strongest utility card on offense, on defense, and then we see another wall breaker connection.
Ian's winning.
What is the last card? That's the question.
That Vines was absolutely perfect. 519 to 301.
Ian went for the all-in. Oh, no.
This out. Now goes in with the double barrel. What does Pedro have?
Defensive snow, yeah.
Snowball. Which means he can't do it on offense. Which means Ian is just back ahead. Again, in cycle, he should be able to get another Vines in. There you go. And now, again, pulling the snowball out of Pedro. He has to use Vines there.
Woo!
Snowball on offense. Is it enough?
151, 293.
How much do Vines do?
this game.
Oh my,
Absolutely
caster.
insane.
Darius, thank you for the heart
my
me.
all-time worst caster's curses.
It is!
And it is!
It is!
Oh my word. What
Ian,
did I
man.
do to Pedro?
Wow. I mean, Ian just locked down his defense. He started to recognize what the barrels were doing in terms of Pedro's offensive utility. If that snowball is not in cycle, there's no way to stop basically a perfect cleanup on every single one of those drills. The barrels, on the other hand, you have to decide every single time. Can I create a new way to defend? Do I take a little bit of damage? How do I get a counter push? Yeah, man, that's one of your all-time go-to
All-time.
curses.
All time. I mean, look, that the gap there was so crazy significant, but it just on the Pedro found the situation where he kept on being caught off guard by perfect lane openings and the ability to get those wall breakers to tower more. Like,
I'm gonna grab more water. This has been the chillest stream.
How he did it, right? We saw that last.
Oh, what is a man? What has he done?
Get it behind there because the Berserker couldn't do her job and shut those down. And again, we talk about the depth of the deck pool of Ian, the creativity now starting to ramp up, and the ability to recognize. We talk about this being one of Mo Light's greatest skills. The ability to recognize, if I'm going to win this, how does it happen? Yep. And Ian's starting to develop some of that recognition as well. And we've seen it time and time again throughout this season.
We see it in every one of these sets so far, just moving through today. Ian has just been really, really dialed in. And, you know, it's you can see Pedro's morale just dropping game after game after game. And, you know, it's just it's one of those things where Ian is just doing exactly what you have to do to be on top of the world. I've said it time and time again. I'm going to say it again. You look at the recognition of how he wants to defend, tracking the cycle, realizing how to put your opponent out of cycle, where Elixir is at in the moment, just everything working well for the American. And I was just going to say, you were talking about how the crowd is going to be in Atlanta. Well, the chat is absolutely losing their mind. I imagine some of these people will be there. I think Ian's going to have a really big home crowd feeling in Atlanta.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at this list.
I'm back.
And
is this the freaking finals or no?
Lucas, Adriel, Igor, Sandbox, Moogie, and Sam. Ian's the only one who's going to be there, besides whoever the LCQ and the Chinese qualifier are. But other players who we know who are locked in, Ian's the only one who's never been to a World Finals.
Is this the finals?
Everyone else on that list is a former World Finalist. But now we're in a situation where
I get dry nose. Quality is bad. Let me see if I can make it HD.
Definitely. I mean, 110%. And I don't know if you could have said the exact same thing.
Did that make it better or worse? This is a bracket reset or whatever it's called. What the fuck?
Like, well, you know,
do not do Goon Corner in their chat. They'll ban you. I got banned for an hour.
Right now, Ian,
little better? Good. Thank you for telling me. I don't know. Y'all know when things are off. If you tell me, I make them better fast. So the stream is as good as y'all want it to be.
Nobody.
Post in chat
everyone.
The best things that I can re-add to the stream. Chair lifts were popular.
There. I mean, that's just brilliant. That's just, I mean, I know it's just one interaction. It's just one card. It's just one thing. But the difficulty of pulling that off, guys, if you want to grind at the highest level, you need to go back and just
chair lift,
watch timing, watch position.
Remember the outro? I can do a show wallpaper, funny wallpaper. It just can't be inappropriate.
I remember watching some of the teams practice during the old era of CRL. And they would get together and they would just practice.
Hammer swings, yeah, I can go grab the hammer now.
So get a friend and load up with some spear, load up with a bunch of
the funny outro song
and a magic archer and an ice spirit, or however you want
Twerk
to do it.
game, thank you, Steve. Is it Steven or Steve?
Steve. You can do a couple of games and get it dialed in.
Twerk game or Slither.
Magic Archer there as well by Ian does get taken off the board, but it just pulls so much elixir away from Pedro, and now we should
Slither IO
connection here. It's actually going to pull that furnace back just a hair.
I mean, that was critical, and you know, one thing we've seen a lot in the graveyard play today. So many times in the history of graveyard, whether it's the cannon cart graveyard decks or splash yard, things like that, so much of playing against graveyard is setting the line and not letting a tank get across the bridge to get the Princess Tower or whatever tower's attention. that really hasn't been a big part of the graveyard fights today. So seeing that one there against the Furnace, we saw how effective it was in at least preventing some of that.
Yeah, it's funny. We had that.
iPod, what up? Blizz, what up? Do not do the corner thing in their chat. You will get banned. Ashton, Daniel, don't say that. You'll get banned for an hour. They've released 3 QR codes. I'll post all 4 afterwards.
Always better when it has a tank. And,
saw your TikTok,
like
what up?
There is nuance to that conversation, but I'm with you. It feels like setting that line is just so important.
But whether it's the construction of the graveyard decks that we're approaching or something else about it, really we've seen that prioritize, like at least almost low prioritized.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Magic Archer gets some good lineups here.
I'm not even watching. Darius, thank you again for the heart me.
Does get to towers, so just a really nicely placed snowball there from Ian. And now going to have to deal with a big push. And you called it out, Rich. You can see setting the line important here for Ian. But
final
1 minute remaining,
Pedro,
yeah.
And that's, you see just setting up the Mega Knight for Ian. Wants to create some chaos, get some stuff he can pull together with a NATO, get that Magic Archer lineup.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he has to do all the way across the board. And that's a really nice high Golden Knight there from Ian. And then the Barbell kind of missing the Magic Archer, but doesn't really matter.
I can't believe they banned me for an hour.
And that's good. Mega Knight.
Did anybody say good things I need to re-add to the stream? I mean the record, record.
The Magic Archer has to come out. Let's see, 21 seconds left. Great prediction, Snowball. I don't know if this is enough. Is there a NATO? The NATO. Doesn't get the lineup. Doesn't get the lineup. The Magic Archer. And those 2 shots could have been a difference maker. Instead, it's going to be, let me not caster curse here. Let it get really low down. It's going to be a game 2 win for Pedro.
Got one.
It's locked up.
Yeah, going back and forth there. Pedro doing a really good job of just starting to search for the things, like exactly what we were talking about. Ian doing so well in game number 1 is where can I take damage?
Twerk game, funny wallpaper.
The biggest things that we're looking
mustard
for there
follow.
is just the Magic Archer lineup. Honestly, yes, the Golden Knight connection with the NATO, but the Magic Archer lineup is really the one that becomes just so brutal to deal with if you miss it. And your bar barrel is not in cycle. Then all of a sudden you have to poison it with the bridge, and the Magic Archer's still shooting. Blah 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 blah.
Rose farts,
so there,
those are annoying.
I cannot let that happen again. There was a couple
but
chances there in the final.
If I want to go in God mode and get 1,000 viewers again, Rose fart.
Once you saw there right at the left-hand side of the bridge, and Pedro just locks it down.
And we talked about this a little bit in the last game.
Sub TTS.
This game, Ian had to make a big comeback in game number 1, and in game number 2 had to attempt a big comeback. Both of those
Sebi, Son Gohan. I was about to read that with some accent I couldn't figure out. Romeo Cordeshi, what up? Sebi. Karma sharing the stream. Diego with the follow, what up?
Now he's at 1-1. He does, of course, have everything he
needs.
But
what is this man? What has he done?
For his spells so far. So we'll see if that becomes a factor as time goes on.
I
one thing that I really love about what Ian's been doing in these best of 5s, and just in general throughout the day, I'm going to try to go back as far as I can before there's a repeat. Looks like it was all the way back when he was playing Sandbox. We saw Mighty Miner Royal Hogs, then we saw Golden Knight.
Shattered my screen
protector. Then we saw Graveyard, then we saw Miner Control, then we saw RG, then we saw
anything where the donos affect gameplay. Those were so funny.
So you're talking about
Hit King. What were the other ones?
I mean, this is against Pedro. This isn't just him trying stuff out on ladder. This isn't in round 1 of the monthly final against a no-name. This is against the best in the world, and he is just showing everyone out there, putting them all on notice, going, look
it's just, likes for freeze. The freeze thing was good.
Not the Hog EQ one trick I used to be. I am patient, I'm mature, and the deck pool is deep.
Yeah, I mean, that's the scary part going forward, and very curious to see who comes out as.
It's just so nice to not do all that.
And who comes out kind of all over the place.
Same guy that typed add Goon
so
Corner.
Unpredictable.
I regret it. I'm always improving.
Although, when you think about our solo World Finals, we've had 21, 22, 23, 24. Actually, relatively more predictable. We've only had 2 world champions in 4 solo world championships.
Yeah. Just Mo and Mugi
Good
just
luck.
trading off, which is, I mean,
24 hour? No, I'm too old.
I mean, you got to beat the best to be the best, and the two of them have just shown time and time again that at least when it comes to the conversation of CRL championships, it's just the two of them.
All right, if we want this to go to a best of 5,
pretty close to a mirror match.
we might need Pedro to win because Ian's killing everybody. Where are the QR codes? Check my new video. I just posted the banner one. After they give out all 4, I'll post all 4.
You know, even in mirror matches, you always see things like that happen. How much more elixir do you spend?
I'm doing good. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday.
Winning just that one.
We're chilling.
And Piggy's got a little bit of extra speed here. Cannon will do its best to make that not into an issue. And well covered.
Yeah. Well covered, but also a really nice log there by Ian.
It pisses me off how good they are.
In mirror matchups.
Did you watch Canelo versus Crawford? No. I don't even know what sport that is. Boxing?
Because what'll happen is you start to see sometimes they'll start to go for spell cycle races, but if you just have that little
I'm gonna watch the Emmys tonight.
Then you guys both have the same spell, then they lightning, then you
don't know how they get that good now.
Lightning,
Lopez versus Silva? That's UFC.
Spot to be in. It's one of the reasons why.
Dots,
honestly,
thank you for the follow.
I really don't like playing mirror matches, but
I hate them.
Yeah, it's just that's just part of the game.
Oh, it is a mirror match. The buildings are different.
Well, I can't remember who
Pancake, should I replace Dart Goblin with Witch? You got to test it out. I don't know, man. I don't know what it's like in there. That arena. That's like saying, Phone Cat, should I wear baggy jeans in middle school? Bro, I don't know the trends at that level. I haven't been there for 20 years. Good luck. You know more than me in that sense. And look at a website, Royale API. You can look at decks based on your arena.
I'm going to use my lightning on trying to clear out the center.
Royale API.
Obviously still has not used his lightning, but getting good damage on the left-hand side and actually taking a pretty nice lead here.
I'm trying to cuss
right
less.
Back on offense. And, you know, the interesting thing here is you have 2 Evo buildings that both
Uncle Ben in middle school? I was real cool in middle school. Ask anybody.
Cannon wins that conversation, at least in this matchup.
I talked to some old friends, and they said in middle school I would walk around like this.
There we go.
Because that was so cool. Zelda sword, yeah, it's back there.
And some piggies do sneak through for just a tip. But still,
we're not adding a goon corner, guys. I got in trouble.
And that's pretty good lightning value right there, but Pedro doesn't have enough elixir for it.
I don't know, bro. Is this the finals?
Interesting baby dragon battle at the river there.
Yeah. Down to the final 90.
Cycling a log is crazy.
I'm gonna have to use the ability, I think. Oh no, never mind. Baby dragon.
Subway Surfer corner.
Tesla, or I mean, excuse me, the E-Spirit.
And that gives Ian the lead for just a moment. And we're not in a lightning block situation here. Both these guys, their towers are way too healthy, so lightning's just going to get on towers.
It's a great point.
Ooh, the Tesla hit the cannon.
And Piggy sneaking through again, and the lightning does come down.
But what has this man?
All tied up for the moment.
What has he done?
1 game to 1 game.
They never BM, bro.
Value in. No late log.
Phoenix, thank you for the rose. Darius, heart me. Thank you, everybody.
This is going to be tough. Nice log there, though, from Pedro.
Lightning does not get onto the Tesla.
You wonder if you should lightning high there. Get on top of the Tesla. Get on top of the baby dragon. As that baby dragon's already pretty low. You ignore the baby dragon and the
Time's
Tesla.
up.
Just way too much defensive prowess there. I mean, even if the Tesla goes off the board, the baby dragon's still going to slow things down to make the Skellies and the E-Spirit a little bit more
Ian
effective.
got him.
Pedro knows it.
And, you know, I called it out. We weren't really in a lightning block situation there. The piggies go back and try to protect, but the tower just a little bit too healthy for that one.
Is this the finals? Why am I not more excited?
Losses. I don't know what it is about losing mirror.
Shout out to Deck AI. Shout out to Royale API. What are the other good ones?
To me, is getting rocket cycled. And I think it's because, I mean, obviously.
Thank you to everybody watching on TikTok. TikTok's our main platform.
Shallow deck pool. So
everything else is like spare change.
One trick in a mirror matchup, and it gets very
But thankful for everyone that watches everywhere. We're live on YT, Purple Platform, TWITCH, and
very deep deck pool. You have
Twitter.
To be very good with all of those decks.
But I think all those put together, you know, we get like 50 views.
Continuing to assert dominance. Shout out to
TikTok pays the bills.
Such a
other platforms, you know, it's like beer money.
You know, yesterday you
I don't even drink right now.
Like, okay, you know, Ian doesn't have a lot of pressure on him. He doesn't really need to do a whole lot here. Obviously, if he wants to win more money, and that was even before we knew.
That hurt my wrist.
Points. So it was really just about the money, Rich. And so
TikTok doesn't like when you say the names of other platforms.
Okay, well, he really needs to probably win this against Sweep. While this meta does favor the way that Sweep plays, the way that Ian is got the rest of his year
set up. This is
set
qualifying for World Finals.
And now you're looking at him just kind of roll through day 2. I mean, there's literally nothing you can say about the guy. He's just like, play like this, do that, and you'll be great at World Finals.
Yeah, and I do want to surface something here. We're talking about that.
Chris, thank you.
By Pedro. Piggies at level 11, which is tournament standard, do 837, which is far below what the tower health was. At level 15, they have 1216 in HP. So if this were a full-on ladder match,
what up?
Right, a top-ranked match, that HP of the Piggies would have been enough.
Is this the final top 5 thing, or is there more after this?
Oh, well, Piggies have 12.
Wall with the follow. Coming up on 100 follows on TikTok without me even playing the game.
For competitive versus that level 15.
Yeah, I think the other thing, too, is if you just miss a lightning block in that situation...
Guys, if you don't know how to scan the QR code, just get the QR code on your phone and then a pen and paper and draw a picture of the QR code.
In general, it's just like, I need to
and then take a picture of that.
I think the one thing that could have helped him,
like aim your phone at that,
the problem
and then
was
click
that
it.
lightning late game, and there was one moment earlier in the game where Ian gave good lightning value, but Pedro just didn't have enough elixir in the tank. But you wonder.
No, there's an app called like QR Reader, and you can do it that way.
If that would have actually.
Or if you're on iOS, you just go to the image and press and hold.
Hogs, so I'm just gonna shut up and enjoy the show.
Championship point for Ian.
Championship point. Online QR code scanner? Yeah, don't get scammed, you know.
Putting in some pretty good.
Where are the codes? I did a vid of the banner code. Check out my video.
Defensively.
And then you realize that it just froze off.
If Pedro wins, we go to a best of 5. If Ian wins this, is this done? Is there no hype?
Flying Machine is interesting here.
Yeah, I mean,
yes or no? If Ian wins this, is the tournament over? I don't even know if I want to play Clash Royale today.
Vines is such a prevalent card now. It definitely changes.
I'm so hard stuck in League 6. If Ian wins, the whole thing is over. That's crazy, bro. They're not even yelling.
Vines is gone, so you're kind of flipping the coin. Are you or are you not running Fireball? And it
bring the hype.
Appears that the answer might be not.
Wow, I mean, Ian's going with a very unique hog deck here. Hog recruits, which is you know, a little bit of a mid-ladder menace situation, but you understand the idea behind it is get the recruits out front, the hog behind, flying machine behind that, and all of a sudden you've got 3 layers of defense you got to play, and very little spell power if you're paid.
They both have golden tickets, so it doesn't even matter.
Right on top of that flying machine.
Are you rooting for Ian? Yeah, you know, we got second in the Jinxie tournament. He carried the gameplay, I carried the vibes.
Double here.
Which are both important equally. Some say the vibes are more important.
To try to abuse flying machines.
Love to do that.
Wow, the flying machine locked onto the witch.
Spot. Pull that miner in.
And that
Bro got banned for typing Goon Corner. Faded, you tried, you know.
Yeah,
I ended up figuring out what you were trying to say, but yeah, you were closer to Goon Cobbler, so
obviously Graveyard is more popular.
Check yourself.
And very, very strong right now, but the biggest reason
Maher, Ziad, thank you for the follows. What up? Mar? Like Bill Maher? Is that how you say that?
And you see these zappies.
Bro invented Goon Cobbler before Thanksgiving. That's wild.
They have to. Are the minions,
yeah.
and then the zappies
Ian's
are
losing.
Just clean them up.
Yeah, nice play there because, you know, Ian recognizes again, all right, I'm going to play this flying machine, which means you basically have to play minions, but you don't really have a way to deal with my zappies. Arrows is just not going to be enough, so there you go. But right now, this is actually a really good push. Miner's still tanking. Skelly's around the tower. That is domination there for Pedro. And it looks like
Bruh.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna cast a cursive. It's already happened once.
Don't call it yet.
Are you 40? I wish I was still 40.
But this is looking
I'm 50.
pretty dire. It doesn't look great. If we're to evaluate how good it looks bad.
I've seen many better looking situations in Clash Royale. But anyone could win, ladies and gentlemen.
If this is really the potential final game, shouldn't they be crazy hype? No one's even talking.
Kind of what the Fly Machine needs to do is be in this safe territory, no man's land.
I was going to say no man's land.
And it's great, too, because Ian is early cycled the Zappy, so when the minions come out, either the Zappy...
Webcam cut off. How bad, you know?
To deal with. But honestly, at this point, since Ian has done basically 100 damage, there's so many more things that he's worried about than just that flying machine.
I don't know. Do I care about that?
Across the bridge and defending it, you know?
This is a lot
we
on
need
the
more
board
subs and more support
Pedro has
on
to contend
purple.
with.
There's so much good
Fireball
splash
clearing.
damage for Pedro with the Ice Whiz, with the
Please step it up.
The Skeleton King, the Mortar, defensively. You
Oh, man.
bet your bottom dollar we will not see another offensive mortar in this game.
The next free reward is the front part of a banner. They already gave away the back part. Check my vid.
Shut down.
Charged iPod, you're fine,
Get
you
ahead,
know.
slow it down.
There's
Pulling
people
everything up,
that
make it
got
messy.
extra money and love the stream.
And Pedro making us earn our dollars here all the way down to game 5 in the bracket reset.
I mean, that's another great thing about these two guys going head-to-head is you're just seeing how close they really are in skill, how deep we're getting in these best of fives.
Good fireball.
And it's just been really, really fun to watch and such a great setup for what World Finals is going to look like.
GG.
Man, and how do we even think
Bro,
about
I'm still shocked. Ian said he ran a
don't.
back-to-back double marathon. He ran 52 miles.
Not our job.
Being here, yeah, exactly. I mean,
Thanks for the QR code. Shout out to ABU. What up?
It's definitely a fun conversation to have to kind of look around. You know, there's the one thing that I think we haven't seen from Pedro in this set is Graveyard. But the
Follow
problem
the channel
with
for a
that
mustard.
is if it's you could just throw Mother Witch in the conversation for Ian, and it just completely, for the most part, completely negates that. We have seen that, but with the vines also being out for Pedro, it just doesn't.
Dots
seem
with the
to
follow.
run. Oh no, excuse me, he ran it.
I'll give out all
My
four
bad.
QR codes
Yeah,
later.
yeah, here we go. Here we go. All right, so
HJ,
think
what
about all
up?
the things
Burrs,
here. Ian does still
Logical,
have
thank you for all the
Graveyard available.
follows.
Vines are gone. NATO, Snowball, Log, Lightning, Barb Barrel, Fireball. So, I mean, you have...
Anybody
you
down
have
bad
Rocket.
to see all the decks? There you go.
I don't know if I see really a minor Rocket deck that makes sense available. You have Poison as another way to get direct dower damage. You kind of have to think that Pedro is going to run something with Fireball here.
Yeah, you would think so, and then, you know, Royal Giant Monk is a thing that's just out there in the world for both of these players.
Man,
we actually haven't seen...
Monk is like their
Goblin
last
Giant
resort.
set,
And he
which
has,
is very
Pedro has
interesting.
Rage and Curse still available.
Yeah, so that's definitely a part of the
I
conversation.
hate that it's
I guess
like,
what I
oh,
was-
they got
what
nothing
I
left. They might have to
probably
play
meant to say
Monk.
was
And
that
they're like,
Ian
oh.
does not have Graveyard in his used cards. And
Man,
there's still
Monk
cards around it
sucks.
that can kind of support a Graveyard-style deck. But again, Mother Witch just kind of comes in and equalizes that
That
conversation,
pisses me
especially
off.
when,
Monk sucks so
you know,
bad.
you don't have vines out there to deal with the Mother Witch.
Well, he can't
Obviously,
play,
still
you
have
know,
Poison here for
40
Ian.
cards. I guess
Something
he's going to
you
have to play
think about.
Monk.
Those Mother Witches behind King Tower or deep behind the Princess Tower, something that's very,
Come on,
very hard
dog.
to get to. So, yeah, I mean, this is not a spot that I love to be in. You know, Fireball being out. We already saw the Piggies mirror matchup. You could do a little bit of, if you're Pedro, you could do a little bit of what Ian just did with some Fireball bait and a different win condition, even if it didn't really work
I
for
heart
him.
Clash Royale. I typed
RG
it.
open for both.
Yeah.
We got a heart me.
Yeah,
Thank you to Ivy.
that's
What
an
up?
Interesting thought too.
Yeah, RG Monk are both available.
W
Skeleton Girl
Speed.
comes out
I Show
earlier.
Speed did donate me 3
Ian can now
galaxies
be
one
going
day.
Mortar, which is usually what we see Skelly Barrel with. And there we
I
go.
thought it
There
was
you go.
fake.
Immediate.
Ivy, thank you for the 5 Go Populars.
Evo E-Drag. Very interesting.
And a couple early mortar connections. And
Don't make jokes about Goon Corner. I got banned for 1 hour. Free presents, check my new video. I gave out 1 QR code already. There's going to be 4 more later. I'll hook you up, so follow the channel and check my video. I posted a video about the QR code.
Yeah. And, you know, it's one of those things where if you don't have lightning, it's really hard to deal with the Evo E-Drag.
I make money off views on vids, so go watch my video, you know? If I give it to you here, I don't get anything. So go run through my monetization loops,
there we go.
You little hamster.
Clean up the
Thank you.
Not there for the mortar, so a knight has to come down.
So Evo E-Drag Hog is fascinating.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is why we love best of 5s.
Yep.
Follow on 2 mains. What up? Shout out to Moyne.
Ian just, you know, at least in the sense
White with the follow.
Well
thank you.
here where he's going to do well against
Rock, thank you for the follow.
Dragon's not really worried about swarm units.
Ian
Obviously,
followed.
the
Thank
goblins
you.
Can be played at the bridge to create a little bit of pressure, but that's not. And there we go. Goblins at the bridge for some pressure.
Trauma.
Yeah, but you know,
Beater,
with
Michael.
Gone, Graveyard gone.
Thank you.
Skeleton's not a concern. Skeleton King, like a lot of things that.
KSXO with the follow. Thank you.
In there right now.
Yeah. That's
My follow alert working?
Great tower pick.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he wanted that.
Zach, what up? Adrian, what up?
Unfortunately.
Swords, what up? I don't know how to read your name, so I called you Swords. You got swords at the end.
On the left-hand side, Ian
A with the follow. We hit 100 follows.
And this is an interesting spot when we talk about Game 5 of a best of 5 and how you deal with these uniquely difficult cards like the Evo E-Dragon, like the Spirit Empress, and the Rage. I mean, that's pretty cool. You got the Rage, the Royal Delivery, the E-Drag, the Evo Tesla, and the Earthquake is all these like small to moderately big spells.
I don't know. It's the final game. I'm not really excited. I'm barely paying attention. These casters got to step it up. Where's the hype? Acknowledge the hog.
Why Ian is maybe looking at that long game and just wondering. He called good game, but it really doesn't feel like he means it in this situation.
Tie game.
Dragon man, he's just got no way to get to it other than sniping it with the Spirit Empress.
Weird hog placement. Oh, to get the knight in front.
Knight in front of it. The high mortar to hold. EQ going to work.
Ian in the lead.
I think Ian's just recognizing he has a really.
There will be more QR codes. Follow me and check my new videos. I'll post a new video with all 4.
But this is where the rubber meets the road, right? Is what is Ian thinking of? How do I get the win? Right? What is my methodology for making this happen? Ian has to be doing that math right now.
I just don't know.
He's thinking there's no way.
Yeah, he's got to use that mortar defensively because there's no really other good way to stop the hog. The Tesla's always going to pull these barrels in. There you go. Double drop right away. Evo E-Dragon to clean it all up.
Somehow those skellies get away, which is...
He cycled arrows. Oh, he was predicting goblins, I guess?
And the Rage, he has to guards here. Hog's going to get 1.
Yeah, good job.
35 seconds left.
Recognizing the overspend by Ian, and he turns up his offensive push just a little bit.
2 Empresses. That Tesla, though, that Evo Tesla was...
Dude, I think an Empress just got deleted.
Yeah, the Tesla placement has been really nice to see by Pedro, and it makes sense, you know, being a minor control player. He's probably got all these buildings on lockdown, considering how many different versions there's been. And there you go. There's the smile from Pedro. Finally, Rich, we cast a curse at him before, but that man who already had a golden ticket has got 15,000 more dollars in his pocket, 100 more points.
Ian got second again, bro.
Both of these gentlemen in Atlanta.
Oh, Pedro, I don't know.
This weekend by Pedro.
Pedro's being cute. Look.
You know, he already had his ticket.
Good job, bro.
To Worlds just on points to a certain degree, but
good job to Pedro. Shout out to Pedro.
What he put in here to not just get the money, but to get himself into that top 4 spot, to get himself the first
good job
buy. You can see why he's so excited.
Me and Ian got second in the Jinxie tournament. I got to root for Ian, but he got second again.
In for an amazing World Finals.
You know, it's so funny because the conversation behind this weekend was so much more about the same.
Good job. Oh, where's the QR code?
Even someone like Sweep or Viper, you know, Viper doing a good job with his points throughout. And there you go.
Riley got a silver ticket.
Silver ticket.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait
a second.
Holy.
Based on points?
Crap. That's actually insane. The silver ticket goes all the way to Riley. Because if you look at all the other golden ticket and silver ticket holders, that's actually fascinating. I don't even know if he knew that.
Everyone else already has their ticket punched to World Finals. That's absolutely insane.
Riley
Everyone else already,
one more chance, man.
Mega, Elam, what up?
That is completely nutty. Wow.
Yeah, I love
Absolute
to see it.
wow.
Love to see it right there, man. So Riley gets the silver ticket. He'll be back next weekend, still competing for his shot at World Finals. And what a
good job
way for the day to end for Riley, our former world number
They
2.
might do QR codes. Get your camera ready.
That is an unbelievable way for Riley to keep himself alive in the hunt for those silver tickets. And we're going to get some information on the silver tickets here, but I believe now that locks in who's able to get silver, who's going to be in
Sorry
our
about Goon Corner, man.
And one of those guys
Dude.
is going to be Riley. And he was, points-wise, he was on the cusp, by the way. The last qualifiers for silver tickets, I think, had 60 points, and he also had 60 points. So
I can't make the QR codes. They have it, guys. It's not me.
This is a huge one.
John, what up?
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
Absolutely crazy. So it looks like we've got most of the leaderboard flushed out. We're going to make sure.
Come on, dog. Give us the QR
show
code.
everybody what we believe we have for next weekend in terms of golden tickets, though. Ian, Mohammed, Adriel, and Pedro will all be there at World Finals.
I don't have the QR codes. They do. I have no control.
But Pedro having an exceptional day. As I was saying, coming into the weekend, he wasn't really much of the conversation because he already had the silver ticket punch. He'd already been doing well in points. But just what a great day for him.
Do I have to play Clash Royale or should I just end the stream?
He's still at home, but walking away from this with the money, with the ticket, and feeling good for Riley, I'm sure, who it felt like we all thought was going to be eliminated.
Yeah, I mean,
I think I need to end stream and make the video.
This is again unofficial, but as silver ticket holders, people who are still alive in the hunt for worlds, right? Vitor, Katashian, Viper, Riley, Wallace, Arden, Aslan, Samuel Basoto, Coco, Hugo, Clown, and Issei. Those are the ones who. Again, this is unofficial, and we might be getting a graphic going for this one here in just a moment. But that is those guys are all still alive. So
quit edging me.
We have our definite world finalists. And, I think we're going to get going here in a moment. We'll give you the whole picture. We have our people who are locked in for World Finals. We'll talk to you about the buys here and confirm all that for you in just a moment. But, man, this is an exciting day, really exciting gameplay from Pedro. To how difficult it was to come back after losing for the bracket reset. And then really
they know we want the code. They're just talking.
Very, very nice stuff. I can't wait for Atlanta.
Yeah, I can't either. I mean, we have such a great lineup for our World Finalists. We have that's exactly what you want in World Finals. You look at the names that are on the leaderboard. You look at who's got the golden tickets. It's just absolutely insane. And yeah, production right now working to figure out exactly what we got for the LCQ, who's going to Worlds in terms of points. I just saw that Sam
Stinky, Christian, what up?
He's feeling good. Rich, take it away, man. What do we got?
All right, here we go. And I do have to do a little driving here because this doesn't give you that first round bye, but we do have our qualifiers. So everybody on the left has qualified for World Finals. Ian, Mohammed Light, Adriel, Pedro.
Look at that Archer face.
Igor, Sandbox, Moogie, and OP Sam making a return to World Finals. Wow. On the right-hand side, everyone there gets a silver ticket and will be appearing next weekend in the last chance qualifier.
Guys, who am I?
So a bunch of former world finalists, some people with a first chance at making world finals. It's going to be a really fun competition.
I'm the Archer.
To see who gets that 12th and final spot for worlds. And one more time on the left-hand side, it's the points that do matter for that seeding. So that first round bye still going to Mohammed Light, Ian, Pedro, and Sub. What a blast. What a season, Andrew. And
Wow.
I am so pumped for the LCQ.
I mean, you look at the LCQ, and there's so many names in the mix. Vitor and Riley. I mean, literally everyone on that list. But you look at guys that have kind of not been in the conversation as much this year. Like, let's say the Wallaces and the Basotos of the world. Clown.
Billy, first time dono. Thank you for the roses. Not Ivy. Thank you for everything.
The best Clash Royale I'd ever seen him play in 2024. Still in the mix. The LCQ is going to be absolutely insane. Of all of those players, only one of them gets the ticket, and I cannot wait to see who it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be just pandemonium from top to bottom. Really, really pumped.
I do not know a lot of those names.
Now's the time for all of you at home to book your flights, get your tickets, and join us in Atlanta.
You gotta buy tickets?
For the World Finals.
It costs
DreamHack
money?
in Atlanta from October 31st to November 2nd.
You literally have to buy a ticket to DreamHack.
Finals. Come have a great time. It's a celebration of gaming overall, and Clash Royale League will be a central piece of that weekend, and we'll be there right alongside you. And here you go, Andrew, the final reward of the day.
I'll take care of y'all first.
Honest,
I'm
so
getting my pick for the video first.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and collect mine.
Yeah, me too.
Now I get mine, but you guys,
Furnace
not gonna say anything inappropriate.
Weekend, and yeah, I mean, just such an incredible lineup. The LCQ, remember, guys, next week, excuse me, same time, same place.
Yeah.
2-day competition, one golden
Oh
ticket
shit!
being
I got
given
it blocked
away.
off for
Rich
y'all,
just called
kinda.
out. We have so many of our
Saved.
finalists already squared away. Get that banner and get your tickets to DreamHack Atlanta. Let's go. We want to see you guys.
Take a
here
pick.
stateside. The first
Did
World
mine not
Finals
work?
stateside
What the
since
fuck?
2019. Although the other ones were technically here because we were here in person in 2020 and 2021, but
All
it's
right,
just
got
very
it.
different. Not the same vibe as having that huge live crowd there like we saw at the Shrine Auditorium and like we've had in Finland the last 2 years.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute blast, and I'm really curious about how
I got a pick. I'll give you all four.
Yeah, 3 years in Helsinki, a new place with new people, and man.
I think I'm ending stream and
honestly,
I'm going to make a vid of all the QR codes.
The event itself could sell out, so make sure you get your tickets so that you can come and experience everything. And I believe that Clash of Clans is going to be there as well.
Yeah.
If I remember
I think
correctly.
I'm done. We
A
streamed
whole
2.5
celebration
hours.
for this
That's
Clash.
good.
If you haven't made
I'm
the
going to go
trip
upload a
to
video and
years
spread the wealth
to see
around.
the,
You should
whole
not
together,
have to catch those
come join us
live
in Atlanta.
in that
Andrew,
short amount of time to
next
get
time
them.
we'll see you will be
Check
at
my
World
video.
Finals.
I'm hooking up the
So,
world.
What are your thoughts? Final
I'm done.
follow-up
Catch you
opinions
guys later.
on,
Thank you for
on the
everything.
season.
Have a good Sunday. The Emmys are tonight. Cheer for
Yeah, I'll be
Severance.
watching the
Follow the
LCQ,
channel. Thank you guys
my
for
niece
everything.
might
Peace
not
out.